Yeah, okay, I couldn't wait no longer. My boy Adam's out here, so I just went ahead and went live. Screw it. Here we go. Okay, it appears we have an issue. Can you hear me now? Jeez, I don't know what's going on, man. Can you guys hear me at all? What's up? I mean, all I'm doing is sharing the screen, and I can hear it just fine. I don't know why nobody else can. Okay, it appears we have an issue. Can you hear me now? Jeez, I don't know what's going on, man. Well, I guess I can hear me now. What's up, man? Anybody, talk to me. Well, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm playing. All I'm doing is like sharing a screen that's playing a video that's live. I don't know. Maybe they just don't like me sharing the video. I'm just trying to show them guys stuff, man. All right, I guess I'll come back out at 8 o'clock. I don't know. I don't have a guest till 8 o'clock, so yata. I mean, I was just trying to show. It's in the madness, though. I was showing what's going on with the listener. They got a launch party going on. So you can tell I was not obviously ready to come out here live anyway. I was just going to show you their launch party. You know, they're getting ready to party on over there and launch the listener 2 Wind Weeps. That's Dustin Brunel's book, but like I said, they're doing that right now. It's live in the madness. You guys can just go watch it there, and I'll come back out here at 8 o'clock with Rich, like like I plan to anyway. I don't know what to do. This is ridiculous, man. I can't believe the sound ain't working. I mean, there's only one thing there. I only got one screen. I was sitting here listening to it just fine. I don't know why I wasn't feeding through my own mic even. You know what I mean? It was kind of weird. Because weeps. That's it. I can hear me right there, right? I only got Okay, so down here where that one's playing.
Lost my connection there for a quick second, so I just came back on and my name was being said.
I can hear it just fine, so I don't know what's going on with it, man. I don't. It's just weird. What's up, John Running? Man. I don't even know how to share the screen without the audio. Look, I'll share the screen again. I'll try to share it again. Turn the audio on.
Bring up the actual Kickstarter, if you can share that.
You were going to bring up the Kickstarter video, the one that launches the. Let's go ahead and bring it. Let's bring up that real quick.
I'm about to share it. Let me know what happens.
Jump back over there. This is the video that is actually circling around as a commercial, but it's also something we want to share with you guys here.
Beautiful.
You can hear them?
And let me jump over to the listener. And let me get that for you.
Dr. James is back. Welcome back, James.
Let me know if you can hear the video. When it loads. Then it kicks me like totally off.
So,
I don't know what's going on with this thing right now.
And as we go down, we do this. We take the portraits.
Okay, trying again.
Everybody's cover. And we'll add Eric's cover when he gets in here. But as we're going down, we did some cool things with covers this time. I mean, everybody did a little something different. And stuck to the theme though, which was a lot of fun. David went in and did a beautiful homage to And then Gabby and Adam stuck true to the storyline itself. The Turok thing was my thing because I'm a huge Turok fan, and I don't think our Native American characters get enough coverage anyway. So there's also a couple images from the interior of the book. If you want to talk about those a little bit and your opinions on them, Eric, that'd be pretty cool.
Here's
Got me, Eric? You guys hear me?
I think his mic is muted.
Oh, no
Here we
worries.
go. I have both mics
All right.
muted.
Let me go back. I was just checking. I couldn't see. Hold up. That's funny. All right, so here we go.
You will be nothing if not entertaining tonight.
Okay, I was mentioning that I was trying to portray motion. And I don't know how would it feel that every single thing is pretty fast and pretty intense at the same time. And the rain really helps to convey all that, the raining, the motion, the intensity of what's going on. And as an artist, you always think that you could have done better. So it's hard to criticize your own work.
Right.
You always see the things that could have been better, but at the same time, at some point you have to let it go and just move to the next page and make the workflow work. But I really enjoy the more experimental moments where, like the Japanese being dragged down. I don't know if I'm allowed to say where and what's going on, but
yeah, that's not. We can go with that. The drag down is good.
Okay, because the lighting situations in those moments are pretty unique. So that exploration was really, really cool. Or when you have memories, and those memories are happening in different parts of different, and also in different locations, different times of the day, and that has been challenging in one page, just to make sure the viewer is having the feel that these are different moments, different parts of the day, different situations. All that has been a nice challenge to have. And also inside of a single page, how you break down the first one to the last one, and when you go in between, you have a good contrast of light and how warm and how cold that is. So all that has been a really nice challenge to have. Like I said, you always think that it could have been better, but I think that's the nature with every artist. That yeah, I really enjoyed also script, working out with Justin, and all the questions that I asked him personally when we are working on the script really helps to improve the understanding of where are we trying to put the listener on. Sorry, the viewer, not the listener. The viewer on. In which mood? What do we want to make them feel? And all that comes together with the dialogues and the text. So really, really enjoy most of the pages, I have to say.
So Merlot rough, huh? Well, so one thing that we did different this time, and I mentioned it earlier, is we added tiers for our like Kickstarter's new to me. You know what I mean? As it is to a lot of people when your first outing. So as we've learned, we've built more, and we've added more combinations of things for you guys that you can snag. So like we went in with, and this is Gabriella's gear, is what we call this, which is her cover from the listener Addie, and her cover from the listener for When Winds Weep. So we're excited about that. Stuff like that. Hey, Gab, you want to tell us a little bit about your thought processes on the different types of cover you did? Because they're very, very different.
Going back to what you said about like us being able to read your mind, since I do that for a living, I basically just kind of felt what I felt like. I just took whatever I felt when reading the book and just kind of put it on paper, or I guess on tablet, on screen. And then anytime like I do like a mood drawing, I see like colors and like certain colors that I feel kind of thing. So that's kind of like the inspiration for like the certain colors that I use. And I really don't like getting crazy with two colors, so I just picked like one strong bold color, like the greens in my new cover. It's like that. I just carried those greens throughout the whole piece and just made it very kind of like what's the word, like outsidey, like, but also very sad and
Right. Love the hands on that, dude. Those are awesome.
Thank you.
So then we're going down to Adam's, and this is what we call Adam's gunny sack, which if anybody's been in the military or anything like that, most of these terminologies will, make sense to you guys. So we took these amazing pieces, and I wanted to make sure that you guys were able to get a combination of his covers because I find them to be beautiful. His colors are amazingly saturated, and when you get a hold of them, it's just in your hand. It's phenomenal. I mean, and when he was like, when I first saw the cover for Addie, the first book, and he had showed it to me in pencil, and I was like, that's really, really cool. And then the man turned around and sent me the inked, and I was just like so floored by how deep the blacks were. It was such a really cool experience for me, having been reading comic books all my life and selling comic books for a good almost half of it. To see something like that was absolutely incredible. I mean, phenomenal. And Adam, you want to talk about these just for a minute?
Oh yeah. So on the first one, basically when I'm reading the script, I stopped at one part and I said, the action alone would make a great cover, but I want to lead into that. So that's what mine, the first one was. And then reading the script for the second one, there was this one scene that really stopped me because I don't know, I just sort of related to him right there. And I'm like, okay, we are going to bring some mystery into what's going on, and it just fits the title.
Absolutely. I love that cover. I think that you really embodied feeling in that. Like, just wow. It's a wow factor for me.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun to do.
I can only imagine. So then we get down and we call this the Naki'ib, which is the tribal gathering, is what that means. And this is one of our tiers, and you'll be able to snag every cover from both books, along with some swag, which we'll get into swag as we go down a little further. But this has got Kyle's cover in it. It's got Mike DeVolfo's cover in it. It's got, David Ocampo's cover, Marissa Pope's cover, and Eric's first cover. You guys will get to see Eric's second cover as well as Marissa's other cover here very shortly in the future. We'll be adding them to the Kickstarter as they come in. One thing, like I mentioned, I didn't know much about before being as my first Kickstarter. I didn't know much about print or add-ons. So when David came on, he was like, hey, can I do some promotional material? And I was like, man, could you do prints? And we built these together. I designed these prints, and he ran with them after I gave him my ideas. But, we give away a little bit with this particular print with Sonny and Addie, because I want you, if you read the first book, it's going to drive you to wonder what's going on between these two characters. And it's such an interesting relationship and bond that the two of them have, that we want to make sure that we're highlighting that in promotional material. Kevin and I joked about doing t-shirts the other day that said hashtag Team Addie, hashtag Team Sonny across the chest. But as we go further, we show another one by David Ocampo, which is the wins after, certain events in the book, and they're sitting over the listener's grave. One key point about the listener is the series itself is there can only be one listener at any given time. So if one passes away, they hand down the ability to the next listener. It's a bloodline trait, which is really interesting and fun to do with particular pieces of art like this, because they're like, people are like, who died? Well, read the book. You know what I mean? So then we went down and we added T-shirts. Now, this was a really cool concept to me because I love the burning headdress. The burning headdress is such a staple for our book that I thought it would make a killer T-shirt. So on the side of the sleeve, Eric is actually doing the rune on Adesai's chest. We're going to put that rune on the side of the sleeve. So you'll have the art from the headdress on the chest. We do male and female, of course. And then you'll have the Adesai rune on the left arm, or the right arm, sorry. And then we went down and we added a couple other things. We talked about Road to Sin, which we'll get into later on this evening. But guys, I really wanted you guys to have something special and very different. So these are Geese bone dice. You'll be able to add them as an add-on in the Kickstarter. And they'll go right with the game coming up, which is so much fun. But they're really neat. They look like human bones, you know, and they're not all the same, which, as would be the case with human bone, if you were cutting them, they'd all look different. So they all have a little bit of difference with them. So I'm excited to get you guys those. And then my favorite, I think, is the whiskey soap. Soap is an add-on you can add as well. That we joke about making it smell you like make you smell like the listener. It's whiskey, campfire smoke, and gun bullet powder. Is what it smells like. So we're excited to get that out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, all these things you'll be able to add to any tier that you do on the Kickstarter. And then going further, here's a 9/8 that Kyle and I signed at his cover for book one, Addie. We're adding signature series and CGC products to this Kickstarter. And then going down a little bit further, we'll talk about Gee's journal for a minute. And we're going to give it back to Gabby so she can tell you a little bit about these two characters and what inspired her to do them in the way that she did. And these are teasers that are coming right out of Gee's journal. Gee's journal is a 60-page book that you'll be able to only get with the Kickstarter. 60 pages, 30 full pages of art. So it's going to be really exciting. And we'll let Gabby get into these particular two pieces.
So yeah,
so I've always wanted to make like my own like monster manual and stuff. It's like something that me and Brad enjoy doing. That's like a hobby, is like playing D&D with our friends and everything. But like these two in particular are actually my two favorites because I don't know, I just love like movement in pieces. I love like taking like screenshots of like dancers and stuff and using them as references. Like when I was learning how to draw, doing like gestured like figures and studies, stuff like that, it was always with dancers. It was always with people dancing and like sometimes like using a contortionist too. Like, so these kind of like brought me back to like my roots on how I learned how to draw like figures and stuff, and then just like making them look super creepy and gross and expanding on like texture and stuff. So I'm kind of like lacking in. I got to really learn how to like do and like actually make a piece that I like. And
for sure, I get that. I mean, I love it. I mean, I absolutely do. I think the concept of Gee's journal is so much fun because it's literally, it was hard for me to write because if any of you guys have written anything or have been involved in writing.
Look, y'all, I backed this book. I mean, I didn't back this book yet. I read the first book and it was amazing. It was freaking amazing. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It just launched. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but it just launched. So let me drop that page up there real quick if I can figure this out. I love technology. See, I don't have my backup guy. I don't know where he is. It's not here though. Let's see. What do I got? There it is. There we go. Yes. And it's starting to get a little traction. 3 baggers. Come on, everybody. Check this one out. You know what's up. It's Adam Fields' cover. We got a lot of people in the group that know who Adam Fields is. He's a longtime friend of the madness, been around forever. Got his artwork on my wall. The first, I mean, come on, I bought a commission from this guy, and he hand delivered it to me at a convention or a get together down in Elkhart, Indiana. Hand delivered it to me. The dude's awesome, and that's his work right there. That blue cover right there on the front page right there. So, by all means, you guys go check this one out. It's definitely worth it. Get them back up here on the screen if I can without blowing it, because I don't got my tech guy. Okay, which one is it? Is it that one? There they are. All right, cool. All right, see if I can do this. See if I can do this right. There they are. All right. Now I got to turn their volume back up. Okay.
Wolves in this country. My uncle believed very heavily that they were spiritual animals and beings themselves. So I want to make sure that we give a little bit back. It's very important to me that, after I've seen and done my research on theologies and stuff and my own background, that we make sure that we're doing something to help out. And, we're all going through Inked Marketing. They're amazing, and they are definitely helping us out, because if I didn't have a manager, guys, I'd be all over the place, I promise. So thank you, Kevin. And James is back. Welcome back, James Hull. Welcome back, James. Hello,
Hey,
James.
Hello. How are you doing?
So, good, man, good. So we have, along with having James, we have an interesting thing going on. We offered to allow anybody that sent us, exactly, that's what I'm talking about right there. So we had I don't want to say a competition, but we offered anyone that was interested in getting their artwork published to send us fan art, or pieces that they put together. I'm happy to say that Jordan's son is going to be, our friend Jordan is going to be have his son's artwork in Eve's journal, opposite of Gabby's. So he'll get to be like, hey, look, I was part of the listener. It was a very fun experience for the young guy, And Oscar, our good buddy Oscar right there as well, his artwork is going to show up in the listener. He sent us a very cool werewolf that will, that will be opposite of Gabby's artwork as well. So that's really cool. We're trying to make sure that we help out as much as we can and, show people the love that they give us back. Now, there's one other event. Hold on, let me bring up my notes because I don't want to say anybody's name wrong. Give me 1 second. So, his name is Stephen Roy. I guess he's a buddy of Pops Van Zant's. He followed the madness. He is the one that we chose to get Adam's Virgin variant. So we're excited to be able to do that for him. So what I'll do is I'll mail it to Adam, see if we can't get a signature for you, and then I'll mail it out to you. So it'll be double signed, and then we'll get it to you, man. That's super exciting. And then we got two little things to talk about real quick before we get into the road to sin and whatnot. So Manny Soto is doing some promo work and working with David Acampo on our next project. And I'm sure that we'll be pooling resources. So you guys will see multiple covers coming out from people when they have time here and there, different things from our artists. But we're doing a secondary series from the point of view of a 10-year-old child, which is really exciting. It's a 10-year-old boy, and his best friend, well, wasn't his best friend when it starts, but becomes his best friend, is his monster under the bed. And he's in the same world as the listener. It's just a very different type of art style. It's a very more, it's an upbeat, almost a buddy comedy, a buddy cop drama type of deal. You know what I mean? You've got the two characters that are feeding off one another. I'm really excited about that. We'd also like to talk about real fast Mr. Hull. He's got a variant coming out that'll be available in the UK for his store that Kyle Lewis did for 2-win-1 week. We're really excited about that for him. And then let's see, where are we at on time, Kevin? What we got going on? What time is it? It's 7:54.
Yep, we are about. We can play it by ear. We're a little bit less than 30 minutes, or right at 30 minutes away from the game. So if there's anything else you guys want to cover, you're more than welcome. You have time, and then we'll, like I said, about 5 or so minutes before the game, we'll start bringing the rest of the game players in, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Do you want to so I got to send the script to Adam for the book 3. I'm working on panels for book 3 already. So if that says anything to you guys that are back in the book's already done. Just so you guys know, I haven't covered that in this video yet. Book 2 is done. We normally have our books done. Well, I say normally, but we do have our books. There's no normal about it. Our books are always done before they go to Kickstarter. There is no waiting. You know, I think it took me 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks at most to get all the comp books out, all the the blank covers to the artists. One big thing we're doing, and we can talk about real quick, since we were talking about add-ons, is Adam, I know, maybe doing one. I know he's doing at least one a variant cover, so that's exciting. And then we've got Eric will probably do 1 or 2 blank covers. I know he's got an original piece that he's doing, which is really exciting right now. Do you know what size that's going to be, Eric? That's a really big piece, huh?
Initially, we're thinking of the same size of the cover that we have.
Okay.
But we can go double.
For sure. So that is.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to play the intro here and get ready to bring out our next guest, our first guest, not next guest. You know what's up. We got Rich Parada in the background. Oh, be quiet, dog. I got 2 dogs down here, and they're just like all up my nose right now. So, give me a minute here, y'all. Let me get this thing figured out. What do we got to do? What do we got? We'll just play this intro.
Come get some.
What's up, Rich? You like our new intro? What do you think of that?
Ah!
You like that? That was loud, huh?
Yes, it woke me up. Oh my God. I needed that. I've been up since like 3:30 today, and it's now 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I don't give a rat's ass. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm operating my usual 3 to 4 hours sleep every night. That's what we do.
I'm not surprised.
Look at this.
Oh God,
I'm telling you.
Sorry about yawning. Yeah,
What?
I just finished. Yeah, thanks for showing up for the live show. Hey, there's the dog.
One of them. Wow.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that, man. What's his name?
This is Zeus.
Zeus.
No, he's talking to you, not me. He's talking to you, not me.
Yeah, Zeus. Zeus. Oh my God, look at that dog.
He thinks he's a wolf, man.
He is a wolf. He's a wolf god.
He seriously thinks he's a wolf.
Oh man, that's a beautiful dog. Oh God.
Bye. Bye. Always makes an appearance. Always makes an appearance when I go live. I don't know why. Don't you?
I'm sorry?
He always makes an appearance whenever I go live.
Yeah, because he knows you're not paying attention to him.
Well, I mean, he don't care about me any other time.
Yeah, no, right.
I'm sitting here right here doing the same shit all day long. And it's like, as soon as I'm talking to somebody, then he's like, "Oh,
oh god."
So what's up, brother? I noticed you're.
What am I doing?
Tired.
A little bit. I'm. There's gonna be, just like I did with the first issue. There's gonna be some pages that I'm gonna draw traditionally, because A, I want to frame some of them for myself, and B, I wouldn't mind using them for, like, stretch goals or rewards for the beginning of the Kickstarter to start with. Because I think I have about, what do I have? I have about 10 pages from the first issue, give or take, probably a little bit more. I need to count again. And with the all the double page spreads that I'm gonna have for the next issue 2, I'm gonna just pencil straight up and just scan them, and then I'll ink them digitally. And if anybody wants them, then I'll just ink them flat the way they are. So I'll just ink them the way they are. But yeah, it's nice because I'm getting back into the traditional thing, and it's nice to do. I love it, so I'm happy with it.
Well, I know you've been having fun, because I've been seeing you do stuff every day, dude. You're out every day.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We're up to we passed our goal almost 6 days into the Kickstarter. Thanks to you, and we're at.
Good work, bro.
Well, thank you. We're at 1,600. We're at 1,600 pounds, British pounds, which is about $2,100 American.
I got 22. I got 2213 American. That's what I got.
Oh, that's what it is. 2213.
Yeah,
what's the British pound amount? Now?
It doesn't tell me that, man.
Okay, all right.
Hold on.
No, it's all right. I'll take a look.
I want to share the screen up, though. Either way, that was why I was pulling it up, so we can show everybody.
Yes, please.
Oh yes, there she is.
Yeah, that's my baby.
There she is. See what I'm talking about?
I'm making sure that I get everything set. Yeah, that's the amount that I had. 2213. That not bad for a first time.
No, and you're in that lull in the middle, right? That we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is where I was talking about. Now is when you go, here's what we're going to give away when we get to 65 backers, or when we get to 70 backers.
Yeah.
And that's when you throw that out there. Here, this is going to go in somebody's random package. I don't know whose. Yeah. My wife's going to stick it in somebody's package. Okay, that's what you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know whose package it's going to go in, but when I get to 75 backers, I'm going to take this piece of art and I'm going to hand it to my wife and tell her stick it in somebody's package.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something on that. It's just like, if all of a sudden I pick someone who's random, I mean, I feel bad for the other ones who backed and didn't get it now.
Well, no, but see, that's not what's going on. It's an opportunity to get a piece of original art. It's not,
okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's like they don't come in every package, bro.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I'm wondering if did you see the second cover for the second issue?
Yes, I did.
Not bad, huh?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, dude.
I love that cover. Oh my god, I love that cover. That's gonna be a cover that'll be. I think if we get to 2,500 pounds, I think I'll make that available for anybody to get, or I'll probably slide that in or something like that if we get to that point. Because I'm already in shock that we got to the point where I am now. I'm very happy about it, man. I really am.
I'm not in shock, bro. Come on, man. I'm like, where is everybody? I mean, it's great. 58's great to start off. But
I don't have the popularity I don't have as much social media contacts as a lot of these other cats do, man. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm posting in groups all the time.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
no,
I smell.
No. It's like I said. We start out. You start out strong and you got funded. So the rest of it's fun and cake, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's just have fun now. So you get to give away some original art. You get to have fun drawing some drawings. You get to have fun. It's all about fun now, Rich. You're already funded. Spend the next 14 days having a fucking blast, man.
I am,
you know
dude.
What I mean,
I'm loving the going live. I mean, today I had 16 people on my live show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that was not bad. I'm sorry.
I know I was one of them.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm glad you were there. You know, and I'm glad Phil was there also. So yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna every day I'm gonna go live, and I'm going to just like do portions of this thing and make sure that it looks really perfect and all that. So,
boo.
Yeah. So there's that, and yes, at some point or another, this double page spread will be available. Where's Phil?
Boo. Where'd I come from?
Hey, man.
What is up, Mr. Rich?
Hello, Philip.
He looked down. He looked down. He's like, "Where'd you go?"
Where the hell did that hippie come from?
How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing okay.
Hello, Phil. How are you, man?
You know, the same old, same old. Except I get to see some cool incantessi stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I started on that cover. I started on a double page spread, and there's going to be another one after this too, which is going to blow my mind. That's going to be a little bit insane.
Yeah, and it looked good. I was watching that one.
Yeah, man. I only spent an hour on that, and I got like a third of the page done. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that this one comes out beautiful, because I will. When I do the Kickstarter for the second issue, I'm gonna put this up on the block after we reach the first goal, and I'm gonna go a little higher for the second goal. And I should, I mean, I might as well see how far I can go with it. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's the art.
This we go right back to what I was talking about. It's like, as soon as you're funded, then you get to have fun.
Yeah, I am. I am having fun. That's why I'm going live every day.
And that's what I'm saying. If you up to go, now I'm not saying you shouldn't, because I'm sure this was a $2,500 book from the get-go, easily. Okay, and you're close to that now. I'm sure we got 14 days left. You're going to go past 2,500. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that that's a good solid goal for the next one. 25 would be good.
2,500 American, yeah, that could probably be done.
Well, I mean, you're going to do it this time. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like you've already shown where you're going with it. And once people see, this is the lovely thing about the first book. I've already seen this one, so I can pretty much guarantee you that book 2 is going to sell. Okay, because it's like this. I tell everybody this, story sells book 2. I can push book 1 till the cows come home. Okay, I can push book 1 every day until they got it in their hand and they go, "Oh, this fucking book is awesome. I'm getting book 2." It's just me talking. You see, right now it's just me talking. You see what I'm saying? Once they've got it in their hand, then book 1 sells book 2. I don't have to do anything anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I look for. I love the fact that I already know what this book looks like, so I can already say book 2 is going to do this well or better.
Yeah, man. And the story behind go ahead. I'm sorry, Pops. Go ahead. I apologize.
I say word of mouth just does that. When everybody's
I hope so. Yeah, man. I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit a bunch when the conventions start coming up here in Britain. I'm definitely gonna go to those. I'm gonna see if I can do some signings in comic shops around Nottingham and London and whatever the hell. And I'm gonna pour it all over the place, dude. Really.
Dude, I love the fact that you live here in Nottingham, dude. I just like it because I'm an old Robin Hood fan, like all that. So it's just knowing
Oh
somebody that
man.
lives by there. It's like that's cool. If I ever get to England or I ever get over to the UK, it's like I get to go hang out with somebody that lives by Nottingham. I get to go
Oh
check
yeah,
it
no,
out. I get to go.
if either of you come to London, if either of you come to the United Kingdom, yeah, but by all means, please.
Oh, dude, I want to go traipsing through Sherwood Forest, bro.
No, dude,
Okay, let me fire up the jet now.
What we all have to do is we all have to go to pubs and we all have to drink a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, well,
Pint
yeah,
of Guinness?
too, but I mean,
A pint of Guinness, laddie. We got to drink a pint of Guinness. And then flirt with all the lassies all over. And then if any of them, any of the boys decide to do something, just punch
A
my
nice
face.
bit of crumpet.
No, we're gonna punch them in crumpet, and we're gonna kick them in the giblets, and then just make sure we take their women from them and start bringing up stuff from the first night that they're together. Yes, man, and I'm riding high with this one. I'm feeling really good with this one, and it's like I've taken the story to another level, and I left the last. I wrote everything, and I left the last issue open ended for something else to happen after that one concludes. And if I get to if I do really really well with the fourth book, then well, I'm gonna continue it anyway. But I'm gonna branch it off a little bit into the Incantessi universe a little bit here and there and see how far I can take it.
Oh yeah, because I love that outline that you laid out about it, man. Especially that open-ended part you were talking about.
Yeah, the one I talked to you about that, correct? Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
It was just, it's like, I mean, that there's, you see, the main character, I don't want her to be like, like a Mary Sue or like the unstoppable creature and everything. I mean, yeah, she has great power, but it's like, I mean, it's like Rey. The girl in friggin' the last Star Wars movies. 7, 8, 9, yeah, whatever. She's like she's like no training whatsoever, and she's matching force skill and force power with the grandson of Darth Vader.
And pulling down and exploding a transport when she's never used the power before.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, lightning comes out of her friggin' fingertips.
Right.
And it's like, if she ever really gets upset about something, she'll crack the planet in half. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? I'm just like, no. And you can't have that much control over that much power that you have in your body that friggin' quickly. You can't.
Got to clear something up here, Rich. Clear something up.
He's a fellow Brit. He loves comics and fatty. He likes Guinness. Why? What's wrong with why? Sadly, I like Guinness. Guinness goes down good, man. I'm not gonna say the terrible things about what you like. That hurts my feelings, man.
You gonna tell them where you're from now?
I'm from New York City. I'm from New York.
New York City.
Yeah, New York City. Is that the commercial with the Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's hilarious. Where'd you get that? From New York City. New York
City.
If you guys can see this list right here, Rich is very humble about his comment. Oh, I'm just a beginner. Who's my first timer? Rich has done a lot of work for a lot of different titles.
Yes, I have. This is my first self-publishing. This is the first time I published my own stuff, and I did everything on it. I did everything on it. I did the writing. I did the art. I did the colors. I did the lettering, and I even formatted for printing and all this stuff. Man, it's like I love it. It's all mine, and that's what's good about it. Because if I make any type of profit, I get it. So it's like, yeah.
I was like, I just want the fans to realize that they probably have some of your work in their collection somewhere already.
They do. The next time
That's where I was going. It's like he's a familiar name, just not a familiar face, y'all. Basically,
I haven't worked for Marvel since 2004,
right?
And I haven't worked for DC Comics since 2013.
Right.
And I can understand why no one, if all of a sudden I just pop up out of nowhere, it's going to take a little bit of research to figure out who I am.
And that's why we're going to make sure people know who you are. You see what I'm saying? It's like, look, y'all, you probably have some of Rich's work somewhere already.
Yeah, probably.
Check it out. So, you just might want to get this first time Rich did something completely on his own. You might want to have a copy of that. I'm just saying.
Well, people do know, like that story you tell about the guy at the convention that comes up with a pile of books, and you're like, these what?
Oh God, yeah, that happened. Yeah. Oh my God, this happened in 2000. Oh God, this happened in 2011. I'm at a convention in North Carolina. That's when I was working on Booster Gold for DC Comics, and a book this thick, shit you not. He drops it on my table, and he's like, he's really nice about it, of course. And he goes, Mr. Parada, is there any way that you could sign these for me? I'm like, well, what the hell are these? He's like, well, I've managed to categorize every single one of the books you've worked on, and it turns out I have them all. So could you please sign this? And I'm like, I'm looking at like 80 or 90 copies of comics, and I'm just like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, what? What I do this for? And it's like, here I am, I'm signing every single friggin' one, and I'm like, Jesus, man. I remember this one, and I remember that one, and I'm just like, because like I forgot about 3/4 of the stuff I've done. I've done so damn much, and it's such a rewarding thing, to do what you love. That's why I do this. That's why I have the Incantessi. That's why I have this thing, because I love it, and I want everyone to get a copy, and I want everyone to see it for what it is and how magnificent it is. And it's just
get two copies.
Yeah, 2 copies would be good, twice as good. It's like it's a good book. It's a really good book. It's I'd like to think it's written pretty decently. The art. I'm not going to be humble on the art. The art's pretty kick-ass. Sorry, but it's like it's pretty kick-ass because it not only does it look good, but the storytelling is really good. I mean, the one thing that I strive for more than anything is to be a storyteller, and if you can read the comic that I have without any word balloons to it, then you know what the hell you're doing. And that happens with all the art that I usually do. So I'm not going to be humble here when it comes to that. I'm sorry. And sorry, not sorry. But the truth of the matter is that I love this book. And I'm honored that Pops loves this book, that he said the really kind things that he said about it. And Phil's been a friend of mine for a bit, and as a matter of fact, I'm not going to announce what the project is, but I just saw it. We just talked to Phil, my friend Carissa and I. We just talked to Phil about a project, and we're going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone said, "Hey, Uncle, I don't have any nieces or nephews. Who the hell's that? Is it me? It better not be me."
Is that for you, Pops?
I don't know, man. I don't have any kids lying around.
I can't see the Facebook feed. It might be one of my nephew or my niece.
Okay, all right. I don't know. It's like I don't have any kids that I know about.
Kids.
She's mine. I claim her.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi,
now we know.
How you doing, sweetheart? Love you.
I love you.
That is a niece I've never met, y'all. That's no lie. That's a niece I've never met yet.
That's a niece I never met.
No, I'm serious. That's my niece, and we've never met yet.
Really?
Really? I'm not lying. That's right.
Oh my God, man!
I love her to death, but I've never got to meet her yet.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Well,
I hope you do soon.
The way things have worked out, it's just timing, and things will happen. We were hoping to to meet at my son's wedding in October, and things just didn't work out. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it'll
sorry.
happen. It'll happen. I love her though. Like you said, kiss your mama for me.
Yeah, man, that's really cool stuff. You know, it's nice to have that. You know,
Yeah,
and
it blows me away every
like,
time somebody in my family jumps into the feed. I'm like, oh.
I love it. I'm happy they did, man. I'm just like, yay, that's awesome stuff, dude. Oh man, yeah. No, I like I said before, man. I'm very happy that you invited me on your feed again. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I want this book to get into everybody's hands because it's just a good story. You know, and I'm really anxious to expand on this universe. Like I really am. I can't wait. I can't wait to continuously tell this tale. And you know, going back to the character, the amount of power that she has. I mean, she doesn't go Rey Skywalker and she doesn't go Dark Phoenix. You know, she just goes to where it's gonna take someone who is like her to go, or to where it's gonna continuously go. She's not evil. She's not good. She's just who she is. And unfortunately, in a world that likes to place people in certain categories, you know, it's going to be at a point where she will be attacked because no one knows what she is going to do. You know, it's like, one day she'll save a couple of children from drowning in a car using her magic, and then the next day maybe she'll just be like, all right, I'm going to make this guy who molests women, I'm going to cut his legs off, and that's it. His legs will be in another dimension at some point, you know, but that's like, ooh, you can't do that because it's against society's mores. And it's like she's not going to be that hero that everybody thinks that they should get. I don't want her to be like that. I don't, because that really is not realistic, because it's not realistic because it's too common. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like every single hero in the DC universe and the Marvel universe is the most virtuous, honorable, effing human being. It's only because you have a whole bunch of writers now who have a bunch of angst and watch too many episodes of Dawson's Creek. Now all of a sudden, all these guys have like angst and feelings. It's like, you know, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine Hulk sitting on the edge of like a riverbed?
Hold up. Did you just say Dawson's Creek on the Monday Madness?
Yes, I did, because that's what a lot of it has become. It's like, I mean, come on, think about it. You know, I mean, it's like you see the Hulk and you see Wolverine, and you see who's the chick? Who's the one that has like the long fingers in the X-Men thing?
Lady Deathstrike?
Yeah, the Lady Deathstrike, Wolverine, and Hulk are sitting on the edge of a gentle riverbed with ducks floating around, you know, and it's like, it's a beautiful spring day, you know, not a cloud in the sky, and the Hulk is like looking at Logan and he goes, you know, there are just some times when I don't know if I can ever manage my feelings. What am I going to tell Betty? And then Logan is going to get all like meta and beta. Hello, Willow Skylar.
Hello.
He's just going to go, well, Bruce, you just got to go with how you feel. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Right now, when we're in need. You know, it's like, no, stop with the damn feelings. No. It's like,
Yo, the best Hulk panel is still Valkyrie saying, you know, she's gonna go make coffee. Hulk, come with me. Hulk saying, I would rather smash.
Yes, thank you.
Still the best panel in comics.
It is. That's the best thing in the world. It's like, well, this is what I'm going to do. You know, and this is how I feel, and this is what I'm going to do, you know, and it's like, I feel like towards the end of everything, you know, or the next chapter, Cassandra is going to come across an enemy that she would never expect, and that will be just about everybody.
Which,
you know, and it's
what
like,
happens, you know, when you attain power like that. Pretty much nobody knows what you're going to do, how you're going to act. So pretty much everybody's your enemy at that point.
Yeah, but you ever see the movie Phenomenon with John Travolta?
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. You know, it's like he has that. He thinks it's an alien that gets into him, but it turns out it's a brain tumor that starts stimulating every single cerebral cortex he has. He becomes the smartest human being that has ever existed. And because of all this newfound power, yeah, he may be able to handle it in some way, but everybody hates him because of it. You know, it's like they have an expectation. It's like that character's supposed to be just this dumb guy. Oh, it's just George. You know, he's a retard. But then all of a sudden, it's like he's this hyper genius, and everybody tries to knock him down.
Right.
You know, it's like it's like, and I'm not saying that humanity is just average, but anything that is above average, it's almost like a compensatory challenge for some people to attempt to knock it down, or to see what else can, or to exploit it. So it's just one of those things. And I don't want my character to be this incorruptible, unbeatable creature that will always save the world at her expense over and over and over and over and over again. No. Humanity has to figure out some of its own damn problems, and if it can't, then that's what
you can't have a hero's journey without a journey, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
But it's the truth. Humanity has to figure out most of its own damn problems. I mean, superheroes in and of itself, they're only there to save people in case there's any type of terrible disaster or invasion or whatever. You know, it's like, I don't want that for my character. Because she's too good to have that type of stuff just, you know, fall in her lap. The thing that makes a character grow is the character's growth and its unpredictability on where the branches are going to go, or how the roots are going to be planted inward, which direction, because it's all random. And the thing about Cassandra is that because of all the things that she finds out, hello, Phil, all the things that she finds out about how and why she got to where she is now, you know, if she was another person, she'd handle it differently, but she's not. She's her.
Yep.
And that's what she has to be.
So,
you know, and that's what's going to make this book really good.
So,
because this is how the story is going to unfold with her. And it's just going to be complete. It's going to be endless, you know, with her development, and to a point where she doesn't develop anymore, or she dies, or she just decides to pick a certain way, and that's it, or she becomes a villain. Who knows?
That's the whole part of coming along on the journey. Now check it out. I want everybody to know again, okay, Kickstarter projects, The Incantessi. Check it out, you guys. This book is great. I've already read it, so I get to say that.
Thank you.
Look, you want to read it. Trust me, you do.
Yeah, you do, because it's that good, and and also because Pop says it's good. So
now you're gonna keep doing. Now Rich has been doing a lot of live streams. He's showing you guys. Yes. He's drawing. He's inking stuff. He's showing you guys live the art that's coming out. So by all means, you guys check out his live streams. Check the book out. Back the book. And, you know, keep tracking the madness, because every time I see Rich, I share that right to the group, you know.
Yeah, and all my lives are public.
He says, I'm going to share it to the group when I'm done. I'm like, it's already in the group, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, all my lives are public. All my lives are public. You can see me at any time. I mean, what I do is I usually make announcements on all the groups, and I'm starting to branch out to other groups that are kind of related to this, and hopefully we'll get a bigger audience. We did today. I had like 15 people on it, and last week I had like maybe 8. Now it's like it's double. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep going with what I have here.
And it was at different times. Are you doing different times? Are you staying around the same time?
Well, what I have to do is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the best days. I found some research, and it's like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days, from 11 to 2, and then 5 to 7. Those are the best days.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to go live on those days, and then if I do any stuff on the weekend, I just announce it and I make sure that it's like during the morning or something. So it's like if anyone's going to go out, they don't go out until later. But yes,
all right,
I will be live every day, and thank you, Pops, for having me here, man. Really,
always good to see you. I'll see you again in a day or two, I'm sure.
Yeah, you will.
All right, brother.
All right, man. I will see you cats later.
Hold up. I just want to say our next guest is from Portugal.
Okay.
So I want Milton. This is Rich. He's over there in the UK. Rich is Milton. He's over there in Portugal. And we're going to talk to him for a little bit. Rich, you have a great night, brother.
And I'm on Mars.
See you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys again.
All right.
I'll take the both of you to go online, whatever. You'll see it live.
I'll talk to you, Rich, man. Peace.
Man.
Now we got a whole different banner to put up there. Look at that. We had to put up this one. Raptor. What's up, Milton? How you doing, brother?
Hello. I'm doing good. And you?
It's always good. The madness. We don't let it do nothing else but be good.
That's good.
So we, like, you and I just ran into each other on Twitter just the other day when I said, hey, I'm looking, I'm kind of open for guests if anybody wants to come out. So I don't know anything about you really, so you're going to have to tell us who you are, brother. Talk to the madness.
So, as Pops said, I'm from Portugal. I'm 21. Been drawing for quite a while. I'm the artist of my book. And I've been creating this universe for like almost 10 years already. So I really want to make this come to life.
Cool. I was checking it out a little bit. Phil, can you pull that up for us?
What? No, I don't have the controls tonight, man.
Oh, why don't you have the controls, Phil?
No, because you let me know. You let me know hours before the show that I'm gonna pop in. That's why.
No. If you haven't been in a different StreamYard, you should still be able to come in as a admin or whatever. If you haven't logged out.
No, I never had the keys. I haven't had the keys yet from you or Kevin.
Well, you gave me the keys the first day. Okay, whatever. We'll fix it. Let me find it then. Hold on. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves while I act like the tech guy.
Well, go ahead and be a tech. So tell us a little about the book, man. Tell us what you got going on.
So the book is what will kickstart this whole universe. It starts with Raptor and his origin story and the massive event, which is an alien invasion, second wave, because there was one in the past. His father, Raptor's father, he built several kinds of stuff, from washing machines to even weapons, everything high tech at the time, to help even defend the earth or for the people, like their normal lives. So he was killed during the war. So, and he decides to become a military to fight against any kind of threats that come to the planet or inside the planet already. Superheroes have been illegal in the world for a while, for a reason that it will be explained later, because I'm planning on doing an ongoing series with it. And it's about his journey. It's the preamble because it seemed about becoming the Raptor, because next book will be called The Beginning, because it's his first moment as Raptor. How will it go? Will he defeat the evil that comes in this book?
Now this is on the second invasion, you're saying?
Yeah.
Now, what was up with the first one, or is that something that you explained through the book?
We might see flashbacks on the second book, but we can actually see more in depth in the future on his ongoing series, or even some kind of spin-off. I have a lot of plans. If some characters are get to be fan favorites, I'll get to do spin-offs and to know more about those characters and maybe more about the past in that universe.
Nice.
Well, it looks like you got fans. How you doing, Big Snipper? What's up? So yeah, man. You want me to go ahead and play this trailer?
Sure.
All right, let's do this.
Hi there, my name is Milton Aguiar, and I'm the artist and co-creator of Raptor. For years, I've been developing this character and the universe around him. I've teamed up with my buddies Ryan Hawk to write a script, and Bruce Hueco, who's been building this world with me since I've met him. This right here is a digital prototype of how the book should be when it gets printed. I put so much effort into these pages to give you the best art I possibly can currently. Before you jump onto the story, you'll find this page where we thank you for backing this book. You'll find your name there, among others. At the end, there'll be a fan art section. It will contain some backers fan art with their names and social media accounts. The cover contains art that connects with the back cover. This only applies to the Indiegogo exclusive, so you better hurry up and get a copy for you. It will be glossy and hard to blend the interior to conserve it for longer. This book has been my personal dream, and we can't wait to show you what comes next and in the future.
My name is Ryan. I am the writer and co-plotter of Raptor the Preamble. We've been working on this character for a long time, and I'm so excited to finally be able to present this to you guys as a crowdfunded comic book. This book is going to be amazing. It has a great art, story that is really inspiring, and I think you guys are going to fall in love with Raptor as a character in his universe. So please don't hesitate to back the book and share it as much as possible. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Bruce. I am the co-creator / co-plotter of the Raptor series. I would appreciate if you back this book here on Indiegogo because I think it's a new take on the whole superhero genre. With amazing writing done by Ryan Hawk and amazing, beautiful art, expressive art done by Milton Aguiar. And yes, I think you guys are going to love reading it.
I've been working so hard on this book, and I really can't wait to work on more of it.
I like it.
Nice.
Thanks.
It's the Youngsters Club, man. You see that, Phil?
Yeah, that's some nice, clean art in that book, man.
The Youngsters will run you guys all out right there. I'm digging that. That was awesome. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Phil. Ask him some questions. I know you got questions.
Oh, I got questions.
I know you got questions.
All right, now who all was working on the art in this one?
Me.
That was just you. That's cool, man. You did everything from the pencils to line work, colors.
Yeah, and even lettering.
You did the lettering too. Hell yeah, man.
When you don't have a budget, you gotta do it all.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean, man.
I love honesty too. I want you to know that. I love you just like, man, this is just how it is. I'm broke and I have to do it myself. And look, this thing is awesome looking, man. I think we're gonna have to jump on pushing this one. Let me get back up here and look at this. What's 23 days left, y'all? Only 20 backers on this. I'm pretty sure we can do something about that. I'm pretty sure we can. Look at that.
Hit that link. Go check it out, peoples.
I was actually working on a page today. Yeah, I was remaking one of the pages. It's after the last one you see there. I'm inking it currently.
Nice. Yep, we're gonna have to. Yeah, look, Milton. I know you just met each other the other day on Twitter, but Twitter is not where my. It's not where my action really is. Okay, it's a very small part of what I got going on. The comic
Yeah,
related.
same. My biggest audience is on Instagram. So that's where I post the most because I can reach a bigger audience.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's with me. For me, it's like Facebook, the comic related madness. That's where everything that I do stems out of. That's where CromCon comes from. That's where this show comes from. Everything that I do. But I mean, it's like you can ask Phil. It's like it's just a little over a year, and it's 2,100 people and growing, like steadily growing with comic people that love comics, people that are in the industry. It's amazing, and we need to see more of what you're doing, brother, over here in the madness, for sure.
Thanks.
And you're doing all digital coloring on this, I take it.
Yeah, colors are totally digital. Pencils and inks are traditional.
Cool. What do you use in digitally? What software?
Photoshop.
Photoshop, yeah.
Wow, that's just amazing. Look at that,
I use
Phil.
Photoshop for a lot of things, even animation. I'm starting to do some animations too.
And
Oh
he's
yeah,
doing,
cool. Are
Phil,
you
he's
doing that
doing
in
the lettering
Photoshop
too.
too?
Yeah,
Are
I
you?
know yeah, people say it sucks to animate on Photoshop, but I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's all right. Have you ever tried something called Toon Boom?
I think I've tried some trial version years ago. I gotta give it another try.
Yeah, Toon Boom Studio. I think they've got some different versions out now. Yeah, it's Canadian software actually. I ran into that a while back, and it was pretty cool. It's set up really nice for your regular standard 2D animation. But yeah, so in Photoshop, I take it you're just doing it image by image and then compile them all together.
Um, I guess.
Milton, I want you to know John Running is like a pretty extraordinary artist. Like if he's throwing you, this is excellent work. You got some excellent work, brother.
Thank you, John.
That's high praise for me. I mean, Mr. Running. I mean, geez, the stuff he does is amazing. It's like so, high praise from over there. That's the way I look at that. Look at this, Phil.
Oh, I see it,
Wow.
man. See, he's got all the cool onomatopoeias going on there, man.
Dude, the color switch, the background color switch, the whole thing right down the page. I love it.
Right now, I'm not that happy with those pages because I improved. I feel like I improved. That's why I remade the page after that one.
Right. But see, I get that I improved thing because that's man. Everybody I know that draws is like, man, they're always getting better and better and better, and then they're looking back going, man, I could have done that so much better, but
Hell, I do that while I'm working on a piece.
That was what I was gonna say about mine. It's like I had to put mine in frame just to leave them alone, so I won't mess with them no more because I always think they can be improved, and I'll end up ruining them by trying to improve them.
Yeah, do you find that when you're working with it where you're like, I need to stop. It's cool right now, or so you don't overwork it or anything?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I do a lot. I've had a bad issue.
Paranoid. I'm very paranoid about.
Yeah.
I have to make it right. I have to make it look good. Like Todd McFarlane said, I have to make it look sexy.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so you want to take a few minutes to introduce the characters? I mean, that's what we're doing is we're introducing the fans to what you got going on. So, by all means, man, take your time, introduce the people to your people.
So, Raptor, aka Brian Brands, like I said, he was military because he wanted to protect the world against some threats. Funny thing is that he didn't last that long there. just a few years, because I'll show that when we have some flashbacks. It's that he never followed the exact orders they wanted because he didn't use the weapon he had only to activate some trap or something, not to shoot someone. Um, he always tried to do the things the hardest way, but that were the best way. And the team didn't like that. So he was always grounded. So one day he's sent home. And yeah, and now he faces this situation, and he has to become rapper. He has to because he doesn't want to, because like he says to his friend Robbie, um, that was something from when they were teenagers, some kind of dream they had, like fantasies. And Robbie Jackson, he's Brian's best friend. Um, he's very smart, a very smart guy. He, especially with technology, that's why he's the COO of Brian's father enterprise, his company. And he'll be the famously knowing guy in the chair, but he won't simply be the guy in the chair. He'll be seen as a hero, but not seen by the people. Because if it wasn't for him, sometimes Raptor would be actually doomed or trapped or something like that. So he's an important character, not a simple guy in the chair. As for Dead Arrow, he's a mercenary that's been he's been a mercenary for years. He he gave up hope on the people. Like he sees that the humanity is cruel. That's why he allied with the aliens that tried to invade the Earth last time, because they promised him riches to become a king, have an own planet for himself. Um, and Senator is it's that alien that promise gives him that promise, and he's been hiding in the planet on an island all these years, trying to get better, trying to get his soldiers better, and trying to reach to a weapon that could actually help them win this time. And I think that's all for now.
It's never all. It's never ever all.
It's never all.
Vigilantes. What's up?
The Vigilantes. The Vigilantes, they're a bit more simple now. Mostly they got their superpowers out of the war, the first war, with the aliens. Some explosions of their ships. Some died, but these survived and they got abilities. We have Bombardier, who he was a bombardier, as the name says.
Obviously,
and yeah, and he simply got he's more resistant and he's stronger. He's Captain America like strong. And then we have Swift. She was a reporter and she was caught in the middle of that too, and she got super speed. Scrimmage, it's mostly his armor. Um, this was mostly created by my friend Ryan, who wrote the script.
Right.
It's some kind of armor that kind of acts like the symbiote from Venom.
Okay.
And then we have Ash and Victor, who they were soldiers as well. That's the universe of the soldiers in this universe. Brian Brands also had a uniform like that, but the complete uniform also has a cape and a hood and a mask that can have various shapes.
Right. I'd like to get Ryan and Brian out here with you one time. Maybe next week, get all three of you guys out here. I'd like to hear the whole.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear their take on this too. What else do we got here? We got some rewards, T-shirts, print.
T-shirts, cool. I have not seen people have enough T-shirts lately in their crowdfunding, man.
Yeah, I found a place here that prints on T-shirts and also posters, which was a win for me. I can do all of them um, on the same place, and I'm thinking of adding a stretch goal. I don't think we'll make it, but if we do, there'll be like a stretch goal with stickers, and they also do stickers in the same place.
Well, now, I know you say you don't think you're gonna make it. Well, let me tell
I
you
don't
what.
think.
Let me tell you what. We just now found out about you over here. You know, so let us do what we do and get you some exposure and see if we can't get that number to jump a little bit because that's what we do over here. The madness is 2,000 people and it's all networking and promotion. It's
Thank
not
you.
it's not one of them Facebook groups that tells you you can't promote, dude. Okay,
Yeah, there are some Facebook groups that don't let you promote.
right. And it's like that's
Yeah, I
not
think
what
my
we're
friend
about.
Ryan uh, was thrown out of some of them. I think because he was spamming like I really want to succeed. I need this book out. I think he told that already sometime on some interview.
Well, I mean, it's like I tell everybody our feed goes pretty fast in the group. There's a lot of people posting stuff. So if you come in there in the morning and you post it, and then you come in there in the evening and you post it, I'm fine with that. And I tell everybody to do that. I want everybody to see what you got going on. One of my favorite sayings is self promotion is encouraged, selfless promotion is admired. In other words, promoting other people too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like I love the community where you see somebody that doesn't even have anything to do with that book, but they're
I'm
sharing
always
that book.
trying. I'm always
You
trying
know?
to support others. I'm always trying to share, even if it's just a piece of art.
Yes,
I
Yeah,
always do that.
cross promotion, definitely.
that's what we're all about in the madness. So I mean, make sure you let Ryan know, and make sure you let Brian know. And I don't know if you guys Facebook or not, but like I said, that's where most of what we do is originating out of is Facebook. So I mean, I'm just starting to do the YouTube grind. I just started to do the Twitter thing as far as trying to, expand the audience and hooked up with some better people like the NSC Live TV gives us even more exposure for you guys, so that's what it's all about. Exposure is king right now. You don't have 500 people walking by your table looking at what you're doing today.
Yeah,
So this is your table, baby. Use it. That's the way I look at the madness right now. It's everybody's content. you know Come out here, show people what you got going on. And by all means, anytime you want to come out. I mean, I do a monthly con too. I don't know if you yeah, I don't even know if you're aware of that, but
I
CromCon.
don't think so.
I don't know if you've heard of CromCon. But
No.
CromCon is me, man. That's me and Phil. That's what we do once a month. We come out here. We have 40 or 50 different people out here at one weekend
Awesome.
one. So we're already locked up for February, but you'll be aware when March is rolling around for sure. What's up, Phil?
Or even sign up for backup. Sometimes we do
Oh
need
yeah.
backup.
Actually, I don't have anybody on the alternate list right now. So I mean, it's February 27th and 28th. And it starts at noon Eastern, and it goes until it stops. Basically, we go until like 9 o'clock Eastern, and then we go with have panels that go till whenever, huh, Phil?
Yeah, yeah. When
We've had panels go to 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern. when we
Yeah.
start at 12 Eastern in the daytime and just like
Yeah,
go.
it's almost 2 a.m. here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. We've gone like 14 hours straight sometimes, you know, and then go do it the next day, you know, do it Saturday. We do it Saturday and Sunday and Friday night, and you know, it's a blast. So you guys are definitely invited to make an appearance at some future CromCon for sure. I mean, you'll see it on Twitter now that we have crossed on Twitter. You'll see the promotions as they come
Yeah.
up. So that's what we do. What else do we got here? What else do we got to look at?
Oh, just a reskin. Yeah. Right now, I think it's that.
Okay. I think the risks are all self-explanatory. Everybody knows what's going on. I have one question for you. Why did you set your goal so high?
It was actually higher because I made a campaign before and it failed, but it was mostly due to lack of promoting. I'm in college and that screwed me up a bit because I had to put a lot of time on the current works that I had to do. So I fell on that.
Okay. Well, I want to make you aware of Inked Marketing. Okay, they're one of our sponsors. They help promote, they help build campaigns and stuff like that. And they don't usually take. They probably wouldn't take one that's already began, but for future reference, it's like they help you build the whole thing, the whole promotion campaign. That's what we started the show with, was them doing a launch party for one of their books earlier this evening at 7:30. But it's like they help you do the whole thing, the whole marketing and promotion and fulfillment and all, the whole thing. And it makes it so that you can just do what you do and not have to worry about being the business end of it.
All the headache outside of the art end of it.
Yeah, I mean, they take all that away.
And also they set you up on a show tour where they have other various shows that they'll have you come in and kind of do what you're doing here.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of different podcasters with different audiences. So you'd be like going to a different audience and talking about your book, 2, 3, 4 times a week.
I'm trying to.
Your campaign. Exactly. And it's like, but myself personally, I've never done a campaign. I'm just a fan. But I look at some of these and I think to myself, it's like, I've seen people that have gone out here and funded on the first day and then had fun. Because they didn't set the goal so high that they had to work the whole month. They set the goal at a median where they could get to the goal and then have fun promoting the whole month and never be worried whether or not they were going to get to that threshold or not. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's all fun. And the more fun you're having, obviously, the more books you're going to sell.
Oh, I have fun doing this book.
It's just it's like I've been doing this show for been doing the cons and shit for about a year now, and I've learned a lot watching these guys do what they do, and it's like when I see a $4,000 goal, I'm thinking to myself, okay, either you've done this before successfully, or you have a huge fan base already. Okay, because that's a pretty stout number. We promote the heck out of people, and that's what we do. And I don't charge nobody to do it. I just do it because I like to do it. I come out here and do this for fun because it's fun. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah. Oh, and those occasional little free sneak peeks you get, right?
Oh, dude, no. Milton, seriously, I have the largest file of art I can't show people. I got the largest file on planet Earth. Everybody is always sending me stuff, and they're like, "Don't tell nobody about this." don't show nobody this. And I'd be like, okay, it goes in that file, it goes in that file, it goes in that file. Now that file's like huge now. Now some of that stuff obviously has been released since then, but it's still a huge file of stuff that people have shown me before anybody else got to see it. I love it. It is a perk. And then there's some people that are just totally awesome, and they send me books and send me art,
and PDFs.
Yeah, everything, But I mean, I come out here and I try to make sure that they get all the exposure that they possibly can, and I'm always trying to expand my base of people that I'm showing it off to. I'm always trying to make this group grow, and it's not. Bill will attest to this. It is not pad the numbers growth.
Yeah.
It is comic book people growth. I mean, everybody in the group is in comic groups. They're, fans or creators or whatever. Everybody in the group. When somebody has to join the group, I look, who are you? I look, oh, you're a realtor. You don't care about comics. You don't got nothing on your page that says comics. Well, why you want to come in here?
Yeah.
Well, they may like comics, but that's not what's on their page,
Well, I mean, if they don't answer the questions and they don't
right.
I mean,
as long because you don't want them all of a sudden you see a bunch of spam posts for hey, this house.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like I look to see who they are. It's like, I mean, if you're a comic fan, obviously you're at least going to have a super logo or something for your realtor company, right? I'm looking for comics, man. I'm looking for comic people.
Oh, that's generally what I do when I see they have like 40 or 100 and some mutual friends and they're all in comics. It's like, they're probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, the growth, it's all comic people. So, the growth might be slower than some other groups, but the quality is way better. We have fun, So I threw the invite out to Michael Oden, and he is at work. I know that for a fact.
He's always at work.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll try to get out, man. I'm at work.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike. Jump on it, man.
It's like my friend Bruce, who worked on the book as well. He's always like, we gotta make a call, and I have new ideas for our future projects. And then he doesn't come because he has to study for an exam that he'll have tomorrow. It's always like that. Like, I'm gonna try, but he can't.
And that happens. We've had times where somebody at the last minute, like, be on their way home, and something happened, and they can't get to their house to make their appearance on CromCon. They're trying to do it from their phone on the side of the road. It all happens, man.
Then it's always fun when you're working on multiple projects and you got to remember the time zone of the people you're working with are on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't want to keep you up any longer. It's like, it's great meeting you, Milton. I expect to see more of your book. By all means, share. Like I said, pop it up there once a day, twice a day in the group. Don't worry about spamming it. Tell your buddy Brian. He's got twice a day, no problem.
I'll tell him. He might be watching the stream. I don't know.
Well, I don't know who else is watching, but I know we do have people watching. Hello. And thanks for watching. And I don't know. It's not looking like Odin's going to get free.
No, nah.
It's not looking like it. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Raptor, the preamble. Check it out, you guys, on Indiegogo. Got 23 days left. And come on, man. Look, man.
That's quality stuff there, man. Jump on it.
I'm telling you. If the art is your thing, this is a sell straight up. And we're gonna get Ryan and Bruce out here to talk about the story too. We are.
Yeah.
It's really nice
Good.
artwork, dude.
Yeah, if you guys are about the art, that sells itself right there. You don't have to go no farther than that. I want to know what's up with dudes. Now check it out, dude. Also, Milton also did all this lettering, and it looks clean. I like it. There's some people we have a problem with their lettering. I'm just letting you know that, Milton. I like the way you got it set up here.
I try.
There you go. There's some for you, Phil.
The onomatopoeias. I've been doing a lot of those in White Devil, man. They're everywhere in White Devil.
The guy who steals our weapons because he can't make his own. There you go. Yeah, I like this, man.
Nice background. I like that one with the plane. That's really nice, man.
Thanks. It was actually fun.
I dig doing backgrounds. I like painting in backgrounds a lot too, man.
I don't like because I don't think I can draw that so good background because I try. I've actually bought a David Finch course about drawing backgrounds because I think I really need to get better backgrounds.
Well, if you got to, if you paint it in, I think painted is just fine, man. That works great like that. It doesn't need to be drawn in, for your sky and stuff. And I don't know, are you talking, what kind of backgrounds are you talking? Are you talking like buildings or?
Buildings and some interiors.
And the interiors. But as far as like your sky backgrounds, I love those, dude.
I don't know. I like all of them.
Well, yeah, I like all of it, but I really like the painted backgrounds, man. I enjoy those.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I'm digging it, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Same, both of you.
It's definitely a pleasure to meet you, sir. We will definitely talk again. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go to bed. I know it's late.
Well, I'll tell everybody where they can find you and all that, man.
Thank you.
Go ahead, tell us, Milton Aguilar Art.
Yeah, exactly.
And where at on Instagram? You said mainly on Instagram.
Mainly on Instagram. I also have Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, those are the ones.
That's how I found him on Twitter. I found him up there.
So is it just what's it under on those? What are you using? What's your username?
Milton Aguilar Art.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, that makes it easier, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think I even had a banner. I forgot. I might have. Did I make a banner?
Hard telling with you, Pops.
Yeah, no, I just made the one for the Indiegogo. I didn't make one. I didn't make one that just had his art page. Oh well.
No worries.
That's why I have a tech guy. Oh. Phil, after the show, we're gonna send you the keys. All right?
Yeah.
Figure it out. We'll figure it out. Milton, peace, brother. You have a good night.
Peace.
Good to meet you, dude. Keep rocking those comics out, man.
Yeah, definitely. I like it, man. The whole youngster team. That was pretty cool. Guess who's here? Bang!
Oh my God! There he is.
What's up, guys?
It's the freaking.
Oh my goodness.
What's up?
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I'm enjoying my my third week at this new job, and it's great. But oh my goodness, lots of walking. I've already dropped like 10, 15 pounds. It's insane.
Nice. Nice.
They're keeping you busy, huh?
So my internet's a bit funky. I apologize if there's any delays on my end. I have like no signal here, but I'm doing what I can.
Are you having weird weather out where you're at?
That, and for whatever reason with Verizon, where I'm at is just a complete dead zone. So it's great.
I'm surprised mine's hanging in there. We've got like major snowstorm hitting us right now, man. I don't even want to look outside.
Hey,
it's coming our way.
There is more snow outside right now than I've seen since I moved here 8 years ago.
Yeah,
well,
they're saying it's going to be getting bad here.
Yeah, same here. I think we got like 14 or so inches in total coming over the next 2 days.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said 6 to 10 inches more overnight tonight. Who knows what after
Yeah,
that.
you're probably getting around what the same that we do, except you're probably getting more lake effect snow.
Dude, all I know is there's a lot of it. Freaking lot of it.
Yeah, we had a nice little week break from the snow. So like everything finally just melted, and then like in 2 days we're supposed to be hit by like a giant shit ton of it. I'm like,
wow.
We're dealing with that in cold. It looks like we're gonna have the below zero stuff over the next few days too. Yay!
Cobra's got a hold of that fucking weather dominator. Those jerks.
That's okay. I'm just gonna be inside working on pages anyhow.
Fair enough, sir.
I stocked up before it hit. Got the Photoshop fired up. I'm good.
Woo!
So what's really up, Michael?
Well, we had a pretty big reveal today. If we want to pull that up, we've been doing this.
No, that's not the reveal.
That's mine.
That's not. That's not. I'm coming from my phone, so like.
Phil, hook me up. You don't need the key to share a screen, obviously.
I don't know what screen I'm sharing, man. Like I said, when you don't give me time to prep more than an hour before the show, I can't do much, man.
Michael.
It's all good, guys. It's all good. If you go to the Nine Realms Facebook page.
Yeah. You know what he's talking about. Don't act like you're not in the know. Phil.
I've been busy working on Phil stuff, man. It's hard for me to keep track with everybody.
Yeah, but his stuff is Phil stuff too. So.
Well, not what are we talking about? What are we talking about? The Embrace, or are we talking about Elysian?
Yeah, we're talking about the Embrace. Well, granted, I have Elysian Fields.
Look at the banner, Phil. Look at the banner, Phil. Look at the banner, Phil.
Poor Phil.
Drop it in the private chat. I can't link off of them. I'm not typing all that in, dude. Are you crazy?
Let me see.
I got it. It's like, you don't have to type all that into the page. You know that, Phil. You know how this works. You know how this works.
I'm just trying to get my phone to work. Here we go.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Let's see. Well, I can put up the link for the. That's not what I want. My phone has decided to.
There you go. There's your video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've got the video going, and then we got Jim O'Reilly and Sigmund Tor did that pinup for us, and that's the very similar to how we had Joe Tolliver and Phil doing that Elysian Fields pre-launch pinup. This is our pre-launch pinup for the Embrace, and it will also be serving as a DVD variants of the book of the Embrace. We're still working out what the stretch goal will be, but whenever we hit that stretch goal, that's the variant of the policy.
And you're fading out. There you go. Come back.
Did I drop out?
Yeah, just a little bit.
God, I told you guys my internet is some garbage where I'm at.
Damn it, Zuckerberg!
Well, like it doesn't help that it doesn't help that like. So there are only 2 spots in this building that I get signal, and ironically, one of them is the basement, and this is also like the the only area that I can do this without being like watched on camera and what have you. So it's like I'm literally like I already have a weak enough signal because it's like this is one of the only spots in the buildings I have signal, and it's a basement. And then on it's just a party. But I wanted to come out and hang out with you guys. We are trying to hit 200 signups tonight. We have 15 signups left. So if you aren't already signed up, you need to do that.
I'm signed up.
Good. Good. Excellent. That's what we like to hear, Pops.
So go ahead and give everybody a little rundown on the Embrace, man.
All right, so the Embrace is 9 Realms Publishing's first ever superhero book, and if you like things, dark superhero stories like The Crow or McFarlane and Kirkman's Haunt, this is the book for you. And so, effectively, the entire premise of this story is that it is this guy Clarence who a year ago lost his son to murder. And in that year, kind of shit's just hit the fan. And now the police are telling him that they don't have anything to, they don't have any leads to pursue, and so they're closing the case cold. And he frankly, he's just kind of, given up, and he's about to go end his life at the place that he was last with his son, when the spirit of his child, David, comes down and gives him a revelation of the people that were responsible. And when he comes to, he's in this suit that grants him abilities and protects him from harm. And so together, Clarence and David are going after the people that murdered David, and to bring them to justice. And so this is the first issue of a mini series. And we've got a hell of a book planned for you guys. It's 40 pages of story. Line work is being done by Dean James, who's an up and comer from Australia. We've got Paul Billick, who did the colors for Rob Willis on Shinobi Sasquatch. He's going to be doing the color work on the Embrace, and then we've got all sorts of talent coming in to do various things as we've already shown. You got that Jim O'Reilly Sigmentor pinup / B variant, and and as I said,
if Jim O'Reilly Sigmentor.
Oh, did I mispronounce his last name?
Yeah, I think.
I feel like an asshole. It's
okay. No, I love I love Jim O'Reilly's work. Okay.
Oh yeah, man. And this pinup was just outstanding. And can you imagine that? You get this shit for free just for signing up for this thing. You sign up.
Can you imagine that? And there he is, just like that.
Just like that.
Oh my goodness, is Jim here?
What's up, Jim?
Goes.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
We're just gawking at your pinup, dude.
We're gawking at this excellent artwork here, man.
Oh, I thought maybe you guys were doing a burning.
This is the thing about
makes great kindling.
Hold up.
Just saying.
Hold up. Pops just went off screen. He's doing some burning, man.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
But that's the thing is Jim sent me the initial draft of this, and his initial comment was tell your artist that when I'm done with this he'll understand why I hate my art. And I just went, Jim, this looks incredible.
Does he
And it was
understand
just
now?
the rough, by the way. Like, no. Both of us have our jaws like the floor. You do
That guy must
realize
be
that
dense.
Jim, just by revealing your line work and then revealing Sigmund's colors over that line work has put the Embrace in the top 10 trending pre-launch game. Like the week that we originally released your initial lines, we were at number 3 for like a solid week, and then like right now we're at 6.
Fantastic.
We're at number 6. Or what have you. Like your work is outstanding. It's exemplary, and like honestly, like the moment that we got those in yesterday, Dean and I was like, that has to be a cover of the book. And so I don't know if you've heard, but like we're going to be having it as our B variant. It's going to be a virgin cover, and then the goal is we will have a stretch goal set where if it gets.
If it gets to.
Did Mike kick out or did I kick out?
No, you're good. You're good. He's in a bad Wi-Fi spot.
Okay. Well, Mike is free. I'm sorry. Mike's free to do whatever he wants with this artwork. He can, take it outside and shoot arrows at it.
Cut it out, Jim. I'm gonna start
making it to be cool target practice.
All right, Sam Keith, quit being so self-deprecating, man.
Who's Sam Keith? No, I'm kidding.
What do we got here?
Oh, this is a page from Mojo. This is Mojo Origins, the book that I'm working on. That will hopefully be reviewed by one inch comic guy.
Oh yeah,
He committed online to review it, so I'm excited for him to tear it apart.
Definitely do it.
I want him to tear it apart, spin on it, flap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, whatever he needs to do. However, I'm going to stand on my own merit. I actually asked him, Pops, if it was okay with you, and he wanted to come on, that I would send him the link, but only if it was okay with you, because I didn't want to make your show controversial or anything. But
oh shit,
I didn't kind of like his last video, and I love his reviews. I think his reviews are fantastic, but his last one kind of got to me. But he hasn't answered, so which is fine.
I don't watch everybody's videos. First off, I'm too busy. Look, I'm too busy to catch everything, dude. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm too busy to catch everything. I catch what I can, but for the you know where I'm at on the battleground. I'm in the middle.
I know. It wasn't really like confrontational at all. He was really cordial online. I tried to be as cordial as I can for a heated Italian, but I just I feel that independent guys, we have to stand on our own 2 feet. We can't be relying on some big name comic book guys like EBS or John Malin. Those guys have followings, they have friends, and that's fantastic. Their success is based on what they're doing, and you can't rely on them as an individual creator or even a person that is purchasing a Comicscape book. You can't rely on EBS to tell you what's going to be good or bad. You use your judgment. It's like it's akin to me walking into Stop and Shop and blaming them because Purdue chicken sucks. It's like I either buy the Purdue and take it home and cook it and taste it and not rebuy that product. Or not, what's the? But he does great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not angry at this guy. This guy does fantastic reviews. I encourage everybody to go sub to him on YouTube. He does great reviews, but his last one seemed to kind of put the onus on EBS should be, he's the lead of comics. No, Comicscape's a movement. It's not a distribution center.
And Jim, I think that actually like the whole point of that video was because I know exactly which video you're talking about. Inchai is a fantastic reviewer. And he did a review of Elysian Fields, and I was very humbled by the compliments he paid my book. And I took his criticisms to heart. But I think that the whole point of that video was to say, like, yeah, you know, people associate EVS as the face of CG, but at the end of the day, it's not his job it's not up to him or up to any of those big name guys to be successful. We have to rely on our own selves and our own merits, and we're not going to stand up if we don't, you know, push and make better books that stand out.
So what you're saying is, I'm going to be apologizing to this guy in about a week or so.
More than likely.
No.
No, but like in all seriousness, like that's his whole thing. And I saw your thing where you're talking about like the whole Batman and everything. Because in the video, he's like, you know, we don't have any characters on this side that you know that feel iconic or anything. And I don't think that it was him being like, oh, well, we don't have this, that, the other. It's we don't have characters that stand out because of good writing that feels tangible. And I think that to a degree he's not wrong.
But you can't blame CG as a movement.
I don't think that he blames CG as a movement. He's saying, I think that he's saying that if we are going to progress and grow, we need to be better about this. And one of the big problems that I see, and I read a lot of indie comics, I do a lot of reviews for a lot of things, is the weaker of these crowdfunded books all have one thing in common. And you know what that is? None of them have a fucking editor. None of them have somebody that's going through their scripts.
Flicker.
You've heard me say. Look, Jim, I wanted to take you back a minute though. You know what happened to me the first time I tried to promote the shit out of somebody's book.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know,
So it's not on us to make your book good. We can talk all we want. That's no matter if you, like back then I was nobody gave a shit what I had to say anyway. You know, I wasn't nobody back then. We had what, 300-400 people in the group. You know? It wasn't like it is now where people actually ask for my advice or whatever, in which I'm like, yo, I'm not industry. You need to go talk to this guy or that guy, you know, but I've learned a whole bunch. And one of them things is, editor, proofreader and editor. Yes. Very important.
I agree it can help. I agree it can help. But the other thing I see too is people are purchasing these independent comics. They see them, they purchase them, and then they're thinking, okay, it's going to come like on schedule, and it's going to come perfectly packaged, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a great book based on what they see.
We all know the risk involved in
right. And my thing though is that doesn't make the poor projects acceptable. My thing is that we need to learn that the book should be complete first. Have your book completed, then promote, then distribute. Don't try to, you know, if you're relying on money to come in to pay your artist, and your artist is a part-time guy who's working a full-time job, he has 2 kids, a dog, and, you know, his car's barely running, and, you know, he's going to give you all these excuses why he can't get the work to you on time. Don't rely on that money. Have the art done. Have the book 99% complete, that you're ready to go to the printer, and then promote the hell out of it. And I think what happens is that, you know, people see the big success of some people in Comicsgate, and they think, oh, I could do the same thing. You know, I'm going to go out there. I got this great idea. I'm going to go out there and do it. And then they don't reach it, and people have backed, and then all of a sudden they can't fulfill, and it's and it's putting a bad taste in people like Inch High Comic Guy in his mouth. And I think he's right for that. I think he's absolutely right for that.
I don't attribute that to a label though. That's all the way across indie.
Sure.
Okay,
I'm sure.
Now when you bring up people like EBS, and they do at times, they talk about somebody's book, and then some people go, oh shit, I got to back it because EBS said, oh, it's good. Well, EBS,
that's still on them. But that is still on them.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't buy a book because anybody said to buy the book.
Sure.
I bought the book because I looked at it.
You and
I looked at it and I went, okay, with my limited fundage, I'm going to go ahead and back this one because it looks pretty decent. But never is it because somebody told me other than what I'm actually thinking.
Sure.
Okay. You know what I mean? It's like it's nice to be talked up by the guys. That's awesome to get people to talk your book up, but your book still has to perform because otherwise it ain't going to sell book 2.
Right.
No matter who's talking about it. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it still has to be a good freaking book.
Yep, that's always my thing, man.
Right.
Forget the banners and all the drama involved. Just make a good book, man.
Make a good book, and your chances are you're not gonna obviously please everyone. You're not gonna please some of your backers. Some of your backers are gonna get your book and go, "Oh, I just paid this much for this," and that's gonna happen. But going into the iconic character thing, you know, Marvel and DC had years to create, to develop, to distribute, and destroy their characters. They've had years to do it. They have teams of distribution people. They have editors. They have groups of, you know, books are created sometimes a year in advance before it's even put out to the public. So to compare this new movement that's 2 years old to Marvel or DC, you just can't draw that comparison.
And I think that you raise a very good point there, Jim. And my whole thing with it is that I like from having watched, especially if you watched his he released his review of USA Assassin book 2 today, and he goes through like, this is a character that has a lot of potential, but there is no like he doesn't feel like the character feels very cookie cutter. And so, like, again, I think that what he is trying to get at is, and especially when you watch the video that you're talking about, is he is trying to say that, like, we need to stop just basing our purchases off of, oh, this looks really cool, and actually start looking at the content that's been put out there. Because his whole thing was that the 3 best books that he had read from the indie crowdfunded scene were books that either barely broke or are only in the 5-figure margin. And so that was kind of his frustration.
Wasn't even in the 5-figure margin. The best book I read this year was The Listener. I ain't gonna lie, it was awesome. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, can I say it was like booking, and yours was right there real close too. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 of them that stood out big time.
Well, that was his whole thing, and I was very fortunate in that he named Elysian Fields in one of the best written books that he had read. And you know, I am so grateful to have that kind of feedback, and that's been my first footprint on this industry, is to have people like that look at my writing and have that kind of praise for it. But I think that the big thing is that he is saying that we need to be putting substance as an equal thing that we're looking at, and not just style. Because the big thing that he was saying was, like, you know, we cannot rely on these big name people to push our books, because unless we have art that meets their standards, then they're not going to even pay attention to us. But if we come out there and we push each other's work, and we get together as independent creators and work together to rise up and promote each other's work based off of our respective merits, then we will grow as an industry, as not just a movement, but as an industry. Is what I got from his video, especially when you take in account, like, the last, I'd say, like 2-3 minutes of it or so. Like, when you get past the part where he's talking about EBS as the face of CG, that's what he's talking about, is that we cannot rely on people like EBS, because it's stupid. Yeah. No one should rely on the fan base of another person. Build your own.
fan base, guys. I hate to, but I've got to run. I've got to go to another area.
Oh, see what I did?
Some more I'm sorry. I'm juggling tonight, man. I wanted to make it on both shows. It's good to see all you guys. If you want to, you can bring stuff up real quick, Pops, and I'll tie everything in with what we did tonight.
What?
Bring up the screen. My screen.
Oh, your screen. Your screen has one of my favorite colors on it.
There we go. There's one.
That's awesome.
And then we'll go back to something with Rich I did a little bit ago. And then you get one more to what I'm heading over to deal with right now. Oh, what's
God.
that?
Oh,
Yeah, I got to go hang out. I got to go hang out with Frank and the Comic Roddery guys. But I have got to head out. It was good seeing you all.
Good seeing you.
And I really look forward to the embrace, man. I look forward to your art always, Jim.
I don't know why.
Because it's good, man.
Indie Comics is Sam Keith, Jim O'Reilly.
All right, guys. Peace out. I got to get going, man.
All right, take it easy, Bill.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hijack your stream at all. It was just, I know Mike was got a great review from 1 Inch, and it worthy of it, absolutely worthy of it. I didn't like that comparison in that tie-in, and I may have totally misread it, but the way it came across to me, it was kind of like, you're kind of putting the onus on this movement for these creators instead of do what you do, which is give great criticism, give suggestions, try to help them improve. And it felt like more like, well, it's why aren't these guys making big figures in Comicsgate? Because, hey, maybe it's not the same fan base as a guy who's worked 28 years in the industry.
No.
Nobody
can go. Everybody in Comicsgate needs to be making what those guys are making. You can't say that because everybody in nothing is making what those guys are making. Okay?
Oh, I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying that.
No,
don't expect
it. You can't base
you can't base
what they're doing and then say, oh, because he's the face of it, everybody else should be doing that too. It's it's based on he's been doing it for years.
Yeah, and he's charismatic, and he's
got a following. He's got a fan base. It's like, come on, man. He's Howard Stern. Leave him alone.
Now, if these people were working for All Caps Comics and they were working directly for EVS, then absolutely. You know what? Then you put the onus on the owner of the company. You say, hey, what's going on with your books? Right. But that's not the case. And
people don't hold me responsible, for their success of their book.
Absolutely not. You can't. You can't. I'm just like, hey, thank you for putting, the work out there for me and showing it to people. And one eye looking at something is better than zero eyes looking at something. And you just try to help and promote each other, except for Mike Oden. Don't promote that guy.
Yeah, I'm ashamed.
Yeah. Don't promote that. No, promote Mike. No, I'm kidding. In case anybody comes in late and they're like, hey.
Man, you know me, man. I don't look at any of it like that. I mean, I'm a fan, and I'm a fan. It's like, don't try to take away my fun. I don't care who you are. Don't try to take away my fun and tell me what is okay or not okay, or I should or shouldn't. I'll figure that
out. I'm okay with a good review. I'm okay with good criticism and good constructive feedback, because that's what he does. I was a little disappointed in that video only because of that one segment, but he normally, and I posted that on Twitter. He said, most of my reviews are pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, they are. They're very constructive. I'll be the first to say that. I actually told Mike, I said, man, that was a really good, really good constructive view. He said exactly what he didn't like. He said why he didn't like it, and he gave you some suggestions. And that's what I think, a good reviewer does. But I think the independent guys, we've all got it rough. It's not easy. People think it's simple to put out a comic book in it, and it's not. Especially when you're doing it part-time or whatever. It is not an easy thing for everyone. Some people it's easy. They have the time. They can sit. They can do things. That's great. But with I think with Comicscape books, I think what you have to have is a little bit of trust. You're gonna roll the dice. You're either gonna get a good book or you're not.
You roll the dice no matter what. It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and the other people in CG shouldn't be taking the responsibility because one guy didn't fulfill or whatever. Because if you're gonna then you say, oh well, one guy in Indies didn't fulfill, so you shouldn't back Indies.
Well, and that's been the whole thing. Like there are a lot of people that oh, I apologize, Pops.
You just can't blame the tag for what one guy does.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing for trying to hold either of the platforms responsible when a creator doesn't fulfill. Right. At the end of the day, we're all grown fucking adults, right? If you decided to go raise money to crowdfund a book,
hard did we push?
Yeah.
How fucking hard did we push that book that last day trying to get that last $90 fucking?
Dude, I know. Like, don't even get me started on that. Like that. I'm still dreading. I'm sure somebody's like clipped together a picture of me, of my heart breaking at the end of that stream.
Dude, it was hard to watch. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard to watch. It was hard to be part of and not get there because we were
so
hard
close.
at it, you know.
But that's my
blame anybody else for that. That was us.
No, and I took ownership of that. I'm not sure if you saw, but
that's what I'm saying, and that's why I hate when other people want to deflect their failure off on something else. It's like, be a man like Mike was and say, man, we worked fucking hard and we just missed.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's all you can do is when you take an L, there are two things you can do. You can fucking quit, or you can push forward and learn from it. And that was my whole thing. Is at the end of the day, none of these platforms are responsible for me funding. None of these platforms are responsible for me fulfilling. Those are all things that I take upon myself and put the effort in. We're nearing 200 signups on our pre-launch for the Embrace.
Fantastic.
The pre-launch for Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit, a follow-up to a very successful crowdfunding campaign, had only 150 after being open for 2.5 months. Mm-hmm. The fact that the Embrace is doing this well is outstanding. So you want to know what? Yeah, we didn't fund on Kickstarter. We didn't get the $90, and that sucked. But you know what? I offered every single one of those people a chance to still get their books, and we had a bunch of them take them up on that. And you know what? We're having a crowdfunding campaign that hasn't even launched yet, and people are going so nuts about it that we ended up doing a fan art competition that we currently have 7 submissions for. 7 and counting. We still got 6 people that have messaged me today. It's like, hey, I'm working on it. I'm hoping to have it done by tonight. But if I don't finish it, can I get it to you here this week? And I'm like, of course. I'm not gonna tell you to fuck off if you've put in the work. So yeah, you know what? It sucked that we didn't get that $90 on Kickstarter. But you know what? I don't care. At the end of the day, it was what it was. That was a result of.
I did as a promoter or influencer or whatever the hell I am nowadays. For me, dude, that shit hurt me.
It sucked. It was rough when we were going through it, man.
Man, come on. I know there was 3, 4, 5 more people that another hour and it would have been.
Dude, even another few seconds, we had 3 people that were upping their pledges or throwing another pledge at us. That their session timed out.
Yeah.
We would have gotten funded if we had literally another minute. And it sucks, but at the end of the day, we can't dwell on it. You guys busted your tails off, and I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, that was also on me. I was the one that I launched the Kickstarter, and then I had personal stuff go on, and then I decided to go even though I hadn't been really promoting it for a month, I decided when I came back that I had enough people that I would go for it. And that was a risk I took. And I promoted it the best I could during that time. And we did everything that we could. And we came so close. And you know what? It sucks we didn't make it. But the fact that we made it that close to me,
the fact
it's
that
one
we
of those.
can sit here and smile about it and talk about it shows what kind of man you are, dude. See, because that's what I'm saying. It's like you didn't just go, oh, fuck it. You know, it's like you just say, we got more to do. We got more to do. We're gonna take care of the people
Dude,
that still.
I'm not gonna bullshit you. For the majority of the rest of that day, I wanted to punch every person that I walked by in the face. Like I had to go to work right after that stream, and I was at work, and I had literally 5 of my coworkers like, "Hey, man."
Hey, Mike,
Like,
I
no,
didn't
fuck
appreciate
off.
you punching my grandmother. All right, I didn't appreciate you punching my grandmother just because she didn't want to back it.
She had it coming, man. No.
She did. She did. She did.
No, but like
F that.
in all
No, I mean-
seriousness. No, in all seriousness, it is what it is. But like at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, we were close. It would have been fantastic to get that extra money because I brought like the majority of that would have just gone to padding the shipping because to have the main event books made wouldn't have cost me that much. And so the rest of it would just be there to help and make sure that I didn't go over on shipping, and any excess that I had, I could then divert to the Embrace and keep that moving. It would have been nice.
Well, listen,
Whoa.
there. Oh, we lost.
There it goes again. It's the basement connection. It's gone again.
Well, once again, I totally disagree with everything Mike said. It was totally Mike's fault. He was punching old people. He was. He said he didn't really care. It was horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
How you doing, Jerry? And I didn't get to say hi to Ick this earlier, but if he still was, he was up total excellence. Because, he is totally excellent. Good kid. Love that guy. Yeah,
what's
man.
up, everybody in the chat?
It's kind of crazy. I busted my ass that day. I tried so hard to get that book, to get over for him. And it hurt, man, that it didn't get there because I was just like, come on, man, because it's like even me. It's like my son wasn't home yet from work. Didn't have the plastic here, right? Even I couldn't just do it and just get it over for him, It was like I was so bummed out, dude.
I hear you. As long as he tries to learn from it, and then he just moves on. What else can you do?
Well,
you sit around and cry about it. Where's that going to get?
That's what I mean. He manned right up and went right back to work, and that's what we expect out of people. It's like it doesn't matter who's pulling for you or who's pushing for you, who's backing you. It's still at the end of the day, it's how good what you're doing is that gets people's attention. It's how good what you're doing is that gets people to back your book and to get them to keep coming back.
Right. Or in my case, how bad everything is.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jim.
He's back. He's back. See, once again, I disagree with everything he said. Everything.
Jim?
Dude, Jim, it's been way too long since we've been on a stream together, man. This is fun, man. I like it.
Well, I try to avoid the streams with you. I've been trying to tell you I don't agree with anything you say.
Fuck, man. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do this book together, man?
Look, you just stay on your side. I stay on my side. Whatever. You have your people contact my people, and they'll go out to lunch.
But we need to promote it when we get it done.
I'm not promoting it. I'm not promoting anything.
Promoting. See, I didn't promote. This is what.
Look at that sexy book.
Look at that sexy book. See, I get to promote. That's what I do. And then when nobody's looking, I get to promote some more. Oh, baby. If y'all don't know what that is.
Oh, man, that's horrible. Burn that thing. Who drew that?
Oh, it's a Jim O'Reilly original. You want to know how you can tell? Is his
horrible?
Awful.
It's horrible?
No, is Jim O'Reilly is immediately admonishing it because there's only one person's art that he will tear down.
My work is so bad I don't even sign it. All right, Like,
oh yeah,
that's not even true.
He said, "I don't even." Oh! What's that? Oh shit!
That's not my signature. I can neither confirm nor deny any allegations, but I certainly know the truth, and I like to plead the fifth and refer to counsel. This time.
Oh man!
Hey, there's more back there. Don't make me go get it. Wait a minute.
Oh
It might
man!
be right here. Hold on. It might not even be back there. It might be right here. What do we got?
You guys are too much.
Oh, there's some Russell, and there's some Greg.
I have to ask. Tell me a little bit more about the Embrace. Like, can you go into the character? Can you talk a little bit about the storyline? I mean, I know a little bit, and I kind of drew off of what you told me. Man, more garbage, Pop. Stop showing. What is wrong with you?
Oh, hold on.
You just lost viewers for showing that.
Hold on. I'm just gonna
Your
have
subscribe number just went down to negatives. What are you?
Hold up now. I ain't done yet. Hold up.
Why are you?
Hold up.
Oh my! Oh,
that Boba Fett is fucking awesome. I don't care what you say, Jim. That is really good.
Oh,
a friend of mine owns the original.
God, that guy doesn't sign nothing. Look at that.
Sometimes I hide my signature when it's really bad. I hide like the J and the, I hide a coffee cup in there in the shape of a J and an O.
Oh, look at that.
So Jim, to answer your question about some storyline stuff for the Embrace, without going too heavy into things, so the whole thing with the Embrace is you got this guy Clarence. I think I gave you like the basic story beats, but
that one twice. Look,
signed it twice. But you have this guy Clarence Griffin who lost his kid, and he's kind of lost the will to carry on after this. After the police have dropped the murder case because they just don't have any evidence. And so he's going to the last place he was with his son to end his own life, when the spirit of his son David comes down and stops him and kind of gives him this revelation to showcase the people that were responsible for his murder. And then when Clarence comes to, he and his son's soul have bonded into this kind of like symbiote style suit that's kind of like a symbiote powered by David's spirit. And this thing protects him from harm. It grants him abilities. And he can do all sorts of cool stuff. Like, you have the arms coming out of that, and you can kind of use those the way that like Venom uses tendrils. He can kind of use them as grapple hooks and stuff like that. To do some like Spider-Man style swinging action and what have you.
So without spoilers, does his son control the suit in a way, or is it strictly him? Or a combination?
It's a bit of a combination.
Okay.
David is definitely the one more in control of the suit because the suit is his soul.
Okay.
But Clarence, it is still Clarence's body. So like Clarence obviously does have some measure of control over the things that they do, but like David is definitely like in the pilot seat for the majority of the time. There is one part of the book where Clarence takes full control. I won't go into that, but like it's a pretty big scene in the book, and it kind of hammers home a lot of the themes of, David, like Clarence is our protagonist. He's the person that we see the lens that we see this story through, but then David is the real hero of the book. He's the one that's there to save his dad. He's the one that's there being effectively the hero. And at some point that dynamic's going to shift, but especially in this first issue, David is the hero of the book, and he's there to save his father.
Cool. Now, I don't want you to spoil anything again, because you're always giving stuff away, and I keep telling you not to.
Of course.
the gentleman that I drew in the background, can you tell us a little bit about him at all?
His name is Diablo, and he is the head of the gang that killed David. So effectively, David was murdered in a gang initiation. He was effectively they were bringing in new blood, and in order to make sure that he had the balls to join the gang, he had to murder David and to murder a kid.
How come all these evil guys look like Pops? That's what I want to know.
You see, here's the thing is that I actually got a message about that today. It's like, hey, is that Pops on the cover? And I was like, no, not at all. Like, that wasn't the intent whatsoever. Like, the Dean, like, I literally used Rob Zombie's character from The House of a Thousand Corpses and
okay.
And you know, that whole series of films, and I was like, that but Hispanic. and because like the whole thing was that this was the idea was that, you know, back when I was living in Alexandria, there was there's a lot of gang activity there because a lot of things like MS-13 had a really big foundation and started in Alexandria. And I remember, you know, my ex and I, we had moved out of our first apartment together to our next place before James. Right after James was born, and in the old place that we used to live, there was this park right by, and so there was a police report that came out that a kid had been murdered there, and the all signs pointed to a gang initiation thing, and that's always kind of stuck with me. And between that and, you know, me going through what I've been going through over the past year, and I kind of needed something to channel that the negative energy, and I was reminded of that, and that's how I came up with the story of David and Clarence.
Awesome. So when is your Kickstarter going to, or is it Indiegogo?
It's an Indiegogo. And we are going live March 1st. We will be having a launch party on How to Draw Comics at 5 p.m. EST. We will be going until How to Draw Comics kicks us off. I am going to be hitting up Pops and seeing if we can't get on his show at some point that first week. We're going to be doing.
Now, hold up. What day are you launching?
March 1st, which is a Monday.
Okay, so you're launching on the 1st. We're having Crom Con the night before.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Shay doing the final panel Sunday night.
I'll hop on and hang out with you guys.
See what I'm saying? We're gonna pimp the hell out of your book the night before too.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. You know? I'll gladly come on and we'll have a good old time.
And then Monday Madness kicks off at 8 p.m.
I will. I don't know if we'll be done on How to Draw Comics by then, because we have it's a dual.
It's off at 8 p.m. You know.
Okay,
how
well then I might be hopping on after.
You know,
I'll let you know, because I know that we're I do know that we'll likely be going on Bancrofts that night as well.
Yeah.
So like if we're free to come on Monday Madness, then I'll definitely bring Dean and I on there to chat. Our goal is obviously we want to get funded day one, which shouldn't be too hard. It's not like a super low goal, but it's a pretty manageable one at one day with the amount of hype that we've been building up. Yeah. Our launch day panel is we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a dual launch with me and Dean are gonna be there. I've invited Jim if he can make it. Russ Leach we're probably going to extend an invitation to, because the whole thing is it's a dual launch between the Embrace and Perfect 10, which we have a partnered thing with, where if you back both books, you get an exclusive pinup done by Russ Leach that features both 10 and the Embrace. And then Dave Brink will be there from Genuine Comics, so you will have Perfect 10 representing there too. We're gonna have a good fucking time. Like,
So
the
what
Clayton,
time
Clayton
exactly does it launch, though?
5 p.m. EST.
5 Eastern. Okay, so I don't come out. My show don't start till 8.
Yeah. So like I don't know how long we will be on How to Draw Comics. If we're off in 3 hours, I'll totally hop on and
Come on,
do
man,
that.
if you're out there that early, I'll probably try to make a little appearance and say hi out there too with you. Shit,
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely, man.
Just to bring my people there in case you don't have a chance to get over on the madness that night. You know, we'll still make sure that we do the cross promotion thing. We'll bring them to you.
Yeah, I've taken that entire day off of work. I put in a request like the moment I got to this contract to make sure that like I have that entire day to promote. Like that's going to be like I'm literally gonna wake up that morning, take a shower, kind of get like 2 or 3 meals prepped, and then I am just going to be at my computer, posting, tweeting, trying to get on as many streams as I can. My goal for that day is I'm hoping to get on to that morning. I'll probably go on to Lit Dev to get some last minute hype before we launch. We'll probably go on to I'm gonna hit up Vinny Tartamella and see if he's doing a stream that day. Like I'm gonna go on I'm going to be on stream and tweeting and everything pretty much all day.
Okay,
March
so
1st.
check this out. How about this? Monday Madness, March 1st, is going to be dedicated to the launch of the Embrace. And even if you're not on Monday Madness, wherever you're at, we'll show that stream on the Monday Madness.
Hell yeah. That's
like
awesome.
I was doing earlier, like I did earlier when the listener launched at 7:30. I came out early and I just showed the stream of their launch party.
Hey, that sounds good to me. And then if I can hop off, if we end up wrapping up,
then you just come over.
Then I'll come over and I'll hang out with you guys until I hop on to Bancroft's there at 11.
Yeah.
If we get that signed up.
Perfect. I like it. I like making plans. Let me write that shit down. March 1st, the Embrace.
I'm not writing anything down. I'm gonna completely forget about everything.
Dude, I got to do this shit now, man. I got to do it now. If I don't write it down right now, I'll forget about it and book some other people and shit on March 1st. March 1st is the Embrace. The Follow Odin show. We'll follow Odin everywhere.
Yeah, it sounds like a really cool concept, and that sounds like a character that you can see more of. Do you plan on this being a one-off story, or do you plan on doing like other books with it, or continuing the story? And there he goes again, completely ignoring everything.
No, I thought he was
not giving us anything about the book.
I kind of thought he was going out when he didn't respond to me saying I was going to dedicate the whole night to his book.
Yeah, I just got to pick on him. I just got to give him a little picking on.
Hey, I love Michael. He's a good dude. But then, most of you are.
I'm not. I'm a horrible guy. Don't spread that nice rumor around.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
horrible.
I feel like that horrible guy.
He's just a horrible guy. I didn't buy none of them prints, y'all.
Yes, he did. I made him pay high dollar. Very high dollar.
I can disprove all your shit.
I made him pay top dollar. Top dollar.
Don't you hate that when somebody just stabs your reputation in the chest?
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know how I survived. I don't have one to begin with, so I'm all good.
So hey, man, how's it coming? How's it coming with the origin story?
Slow and painful. Like I'm hating this page already, so I'm just gonna save it and I'm gonna walk away from it because otherwise I'm gonna redo the entire page. Slow and painful. I got some more stuff fleshed out.
I didn't mean so much like the art. I mean like where the story's going. How is it all fleshed out good?
The story's fleshed out in my head. I've got some side notes that I keep on a Google document,
Right.
just like things that points I want to hit. But I'm leaving myself open so that if I want to add something in. And Raj and I sat. Raj Mahan, who's the creator of Mojo, Raj and I talked. We were on a live stream, kind of behind the scenes, not going live, but just in the back room, and we were hammering out some of the storyline and different elements. And I wanted to make sure that I was putting in elements that he wanted in there, and that I wasn't putting any elements in that he didn't want to reveal. So the Mojo story the origin story is going to be about Mojo and his origins. I'll introduce a few other characters, kind of hint on some deeper story, kind of hint on some origins of some of the things that Mojo has, like his arm and his staff of decay. But overall, it's fleshed out. Now it's a matter of me going in and the way I'm working, because I'm a new writer. I've never written anything before. I'm always just drawing from other people's writing. But my wife is a pretty good. She was like an English minor. It was her second thing in college, and so she'll do like an editorial when I'm done and just like make sure things make coherent sense. So I'm a first time writer, so it's easier for me to actually put the story down in pictures first, like you see here, and then just go in and add dialogue.
Right.
Then to sit there and go, okay, let me write page 1 and now draw page 1. It's easier for me to go, okay, here's what I want to tell on the page, and then I can go in and add the dialogue.
You're an artist. You do it from the other side. I get
Yeah. I don't need a
you don't need a script. You need a storyboard.
Right. Now, starting the story, I got to tell you, the beginning of the story was a real how am I going to start this thing? At what point am I going to start this story at? Because it's kind of an intricate story, and the actual beginning of the story gave me the most headaches. Like I was going over things with my wife and saying, what do you think of this? And then I would show her roughs and stuff, and she's pretty good at picking up my roughs and looking at it and telling, okay, well, this is what you're saying here, without any dialogue, which is because she's seen it for a while now. But this beginning page that you see here was, how am I going to start this thing? It takes place in New Orleans. There's a big apocalyptic event. And whose perspective am I going to tell this by? Am I going to tell it from Mojo's perspective? Am I going to tell it from Marlowe's perspective? Am I going to tell it from whose perspective? So what I did was I said, well, okay, the overall arching story is a love story, but the two people in love are being used as pawns. That's Mojo and Bayonetta. They're being used by these two witches, essentially to pit against each other, because these two witches are sisters and they've had a falling out. And they're very powerful witches. And so I said, you know what? Mojo has this companion snake, and that is actually one of the witches. It's a little giveaway there.
I didn't do it.
And I said, okay, I'm going to start the story from her telling the story. This is what happens, and then midway, I'm going to switch over, and I'm going to have her sister start to tell her version of it, and then
I like it.
I'll go into Mojo, because her sister will lead into Mojo, telling about Mojo, because there's a story behind that, and then I'll have the big, climatic scene with Mojo and Bayonetta's father and a couple other characters. But one of the other elements that we added into the story was Mojo was just going to be like his occupation after the apocalypse, if there could be one, was to be an alligator hunter. That's how he earned his living. I said, it's kind of boring, and I want to just keep drawing alligators over and over again. So I talked to Raj, and I said, what I want to do with him is I want to make him like a Street Fighter, like kind of like. Do you remember the movie Pops with Clint Eastwood, Every Which Way You Can?
Oh yeah.
Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh yeah.
How he was like the street brawler, and they fought for money, and so we decided to kind of to add that in a little bit, add that kind of an element. So we're gonna have some throwbacks. We're gonna have some funny throwbacks. People who know things are gonna, from my age group, I guess, are gonna see things.
So you're drop an Easter egg or two?
Yeah, we will. We have a couple of Easter eggs.
Right turn, Clyde.
A couple of Easter eggs. But yeah, it's the story. It went one night. I gotta just explain it. Raj and I just sat. We were talking, and it just flowed. Like it just came out. Like I wasn't telling the story. I was just saying, "Hey, how about this?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's great." And what do you think of this? And I said, "Hey, that's fantastic. Because I can tie it in with this." And it just wrote itself, and it lended into what he was doing already with Mojo and what he wants to continue to do with Mojo. I'm hoping he lets me join in on that, to do some other stuff other than the origins, because I love the character. I really do. I have. I just don't know what it is. It's just when he showed me the first image of it, and I don't know if it was something that Greg had done or if it was something that Manny had done. But I saw the first image and I'm like, oh, I got to do my take on it. I like that. I just gravitated to that. I was like, ooh, and this was of course during the time of He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah, I know.
But
this is during the time when Pop was trying to learn how to be a promoter.
Well, one thing I definitely want to do is I want to have the art and the story complete. The colors we're going to base on how we do funding wise. We're going to have a certain tier, and if we can hit that tier, I got to talk that out with Greg. If we can hit that tier or that amount, then we'll have the book colored. And then we want to do a tier, and again, I'm going to talk this out with Greg, who will be doing, handling most of the Kickstarter and Indiegogo stuff. I want to do a hardcover book. I want a hardcover. I love hardcover comics. Jason Brubaker, I don't know if you know who he is. He does hardcover books, and I just fell in love with hardcover comics. And I just love, even Doug Tenebo had done Earthworm Jim as a hardcover, and that just drew me right in. I'm like, oh, hardcover, I gotta buy it. I don't even care about Earthworm Jim. I just gotta buy it. It's a hardcover book.
So we got Milton. Milton's a youngster. He was on the show earlier this evening. He's got the Raptor book. He likes what he sees right here in these roughs. Jim, show him a finished page.
Sure. We'll go down here. Here's one.
There you go.
Or two finished page, and this is the double page spread.
The frog.
Mojo. Yeah, the frog.
The frog.
I'll open it up so I don't know if they can read it on the screen, so they can see what the frog is saying there.
The only part we can really see is bitch, but okay.
Yeah. I spent probably a good, and I only do this part-time, so it's really tough. I've got to be in the mood to do it, because I don't want to draw this character if I'm not in the mood. I don't want that to come across, or if I'm tired or exhausted.
You see what that says? I'm asking Milton if he can see what that says.
This was kind of like my little homage to Ethan Van Sciver. I put a little frog in there.
Inking this page was a bitch.
Because I love his ink work, man. His ink work is incredible. Like the guy hit the guy, whatever, but his ink work, you can't deny. His ink work is incredible. And he's not doing anything digital. He's doing it all by hand. And for me, this was a pain in the ass doing digitally. And I can only imagine having to break out pens and, I can do it, but I don't want to do it anymore. Too old.
No, I was afraid to take ink anywhere near any of my drawings.
I'm the same.
You saw my drawings. They're still pencil, dude. I'm not gonna do it.
Yep. The only way I'll ink something live is now if I light box it or if I have a blue line scan, then I'll do traditional ink over top of it. Or unless it's commission. If somebody's commissioning me to do a traditional piece, then of course I'll do traditional. Milton Aguirre says, I made a double page spread for Raptor and I confirm it's a pain in the ass, Jim. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I actually reversed this top panel. I had him going the other way, but then it took the eye off the page.
Right.
So I wanted the two alligators to kind of keep the eye flow, so going down. And then, of course, we've got Raj yelling, hey, Mojo, where are you? And that little solo panel, I'm just going to have him be like, Mojo, are you there? Just got a question mark. And then a gasp of air, him coming up and having taken care of the alligator. I like to leave stuff for the imagination too. Like I didn't want to draw the whole fight scene with an alligator. You can hopefully gather that from this,
right.
Is that, hey, he attacked the alligator, took it underwater. Raj is obviously concerned, and then he comes back up with a knife, and I'll have some blood coming off, and that he defeated the alligator. And I'll leave that fight scene to the imagination. I wanted to spend the time doing fight scenes that are more important, to the story.
Right. That's just an alligator, y'all.
Yeah.
Just an alligator.
Yeah. A big alligator. Yeah, anybody can beat one of those. I mean, come on. Alligator, schmalligator. So these are more roughs, but like I said, it'll take me time. And this page, I look forward to
that cover page, that page 1.
Oh, sure. Cover of the book, and colors will be done by Sigmund Torre. He did the colors on this cover. He also colored some of the other pages. I just made them all black and white, just to have some eye continuity when I look at stuff.
It's so good, Jim.
Yeah, he did a fantastic. And the inker for this is Kevin Conrad for this cover. Kevin, fantastic inker. We met at a local show, him and I did a cover for a company called PLB Comics, I think it was. And I had done the pencil kind of layouts, and then Mark McKenna did some adjustments. Mark McKenna. Yep, Mr. McKenna is an all-time inker, inked over 7,000 pages for Marvel, DC. You can find his name. Just look him up.
Been a member of CromCon.
Yeah. And, yep. And so he did that, and then he sent it off to Kevin, and Kevin inked that cover. And Kevin asked when he saw this, he asked me, he's like, hey, you mind me inking that? I'm like, sure. Send me your page rate, and I will definitely have you ink it. Kevin has also inked Spawn. He inked, I think, like in the 40s, the number 40 of the issues. I think he's inked over Craig Capullo, if I'm not mistaken. He also did some stuff for Kiss, I believe. But really nice guy, and he was eager to ink it. Jimmy Reyes is also inking this at the moment, so we're going to have a variant cover with his inks as well. So I'm excited about that. He's been showing process on his YouTube channel, so that's been really
Jimmy Dragon Rage, right, Jimmy?
Yep, Dragon Rage.
Dragon Rage, Jimmy.
Yep. And those of you who may not know who Jimmy Reyes is, he's an inker for Dave Finch. He's inked over Dave Finch. He inked over a couple other people too. I can't remember offhand. I apologize to Jimmy. But fantastic guy. And it's nice to have people who want to ink. First of all, want to ink my crazy pencils. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Horrible art.
What's that?
My horrible art. I just got all these great people wanting to put inks over my horrible art.
Well, they don't see this. I give them a little bit more refined stuff.
This is what I'm saying. We all know that you kill it, bro. It's okay to be humble, but we know better.
My thing is, man, people see my art, where it's at, and they like it, and I'm humbled by that, and I'm thankful for that. But I always see my art where I want it to be, and to me, it's never quite there, and that's what kind of keeps me going. It's like, listen, I'm old. I'm not one of these young pups from that's just crawled out of with a pencil and they're doing fantastic work. I'm not one of those guys. I wish I hadn't given up doing comics early in life, but I did. I started a family. I was happy. I'm happy. Now I'm back to it, and I just want to create a good book for people to enjoy. That's the thing. And when Raj showed me this character and we talked, it just boom. That was the character I wanted to do.
I hear you talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you talking, but I'm looking up here at this Suicide Squad.
That's easy. See, Pops, that's easy for me. Like I can look at something and I can duplicate it. I don't know what it is. That's just kind of easy for me to do.
Because that's just amazing. It's like you're sitting there talking about, oh, my art's blah blah, and I'm just sitting there looking at this piece, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But when you get to, you have to like create it on your own. That's a challenge. Like the storytelling part, believe it or not, I find very easy. Like doing the angles. Like people tell me they like the way I lay out a page, and how I tell the story flow. I actually find that easy. I don't find that challenging at all. My biggest challenge is the anatomy, perspective, and all that jazz. But there are ways around that. And, I don't advocate for anybody tracing over 3D models. But you can use 3D models to certainly get your pose so you can visually see it and then go ahead and do what you need to do and draw. Yeah. So, there are methods around that. Hands give me a challenge.
Only way I learned how to actually do some kind of shading was to take that Thanos action figure, put it over here under the light.
Sure.
Until I found the way I wanted, and then I learned to shade by doing that.
Sure. Yeah, that's what you got to do sometimes.
I mean, I ain't no artist. I just when I try to do it, I'm having fun, and it's like trying to put myself in you guys' shoes and try and figure out what you guys do all day long for, especially like sequential. Man, come on, that's.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I find, like I said, telling the story and like, I just think of a movie. You kind of use some of the movie rules that you read about, and you try not to avoid things. And then I think about composition and eye flow, like taking the reader's eye through the page. Like the snake here is going through this page, but it's also leading the eye. That's the way I want the eye to go. Right. So there's a reason why it's not just that let me just throw a snake here, and it's kind of cool. No, I'm trying to like take your eye through that page and continue you through. So
yeah, I've always loved the way you lay panels out, dude. The way
I appreciate
you lay pages out. It's always engaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm still learning. I'm not by far. I mean, I like the way Jim Lee lays out panels. I like the way he tells a story. I like the way Sean Gordon Murphy lays out panels. Jason Brubaker, he's really good because he worked for DreamWorks, and as an animator, you're quick and you're fast, and you're doing thumbnails, and you're just quick with that. You have to be. So I learned a lot from those guys. There's another guy, Martinez, I believe his name is. He's really good inker and an artist, and he really he has a couple of good books out. Framed Ink is one of them. I would recommend people look at that. Hey, Sharky Gator, how are you?
Hi, Sharky Gator, how you doing? Got to be doing them doodles. Them doodles.
What's up, Sharky? Let's see here. I do some. I did a thing for Nasser Rabadi too. I don't know if you saw that piece. I'll bring it up here. It was a trading card. Nasser and I have been. This is Asile, which was Nasser's latest book, Comicscape book, and Nasser's a very good writer. He's sent me a lot of scripts, but it's either I don't like the script, or when I do like the script, he doesn't like the script. So we really haven't hammered anything. We have one script now that I like. He likes. He wants to do a different draft on it. I told him, nothing can happen until after Mojo. Until once I get Mojo out, then it's fine. I'll entertain other things. But this was for his book Asile. It's a trading card. that I did for NASA. Hopefully it helped. And like I try to help the indie guys out, the younger indie guys out. I don't charge them for any of the pinups that I do or any of the trading cards that I do. It's, hey, if this will help your book and if my art will help sell a book, great. Let me help you out. If it's going to take me a day to do a quick thing and compose something, that's great. Sometimes I got to refuse people because I can't, obviously I can't do everything for everybody.
Right.
And if things are like, really complicated, then, obviously I can't.
It's got to be something you want to do too.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the only thing I ever ask for really is just like a copy of the book. If I'm going to be in the book, I just like have a copy for my own, my own record and stuff. But outside of that, I don't ask these guys for anything. Other than, hey, if you like it, great, use it. And hopefully it helps you sell some books, I'm not looking for the turnaround. I'm not looking for, hey, when it's time that my book comes out, will you? No, I'm doing it because I want to help comics,
right.
the medium of comics, because let's face it, the medium of comics, kids nowadays, their faces are stuck in their screens. They're not looking at they're not going to comic books. Well, some are, but it's not like it was when I was growing up, where comic books had a bigger presence and things were different.
This is different. This is the difference I want to say, though. Okay, when I was a kid, I didn't have a father or a grandfather going, look at comics.
Right.
My son and my grandkids have that grandfather and father going, look at comics.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, so, I mean, you have to look at it in that way, too. It's like, our generation was self-comicked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we're creating like, look at them youngsters that were out here early. Martin Aguiar that was talking earlier. Okay, he lives in Portugal, and for him to be up that late still talking to us was crazy. But his whole team are a bunch of little 21-year-olds. The whole team.
Wow.
Book looks awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. Because comics are I do things to help people out to kind of keep the medium going, and to push it to the next generation. And that was one of the things that I loved at shows was the fact that I could, talk to a young kid that had questions about art or, like, hey, could you look at this? Or what, my son is interested in art. What should I do? And I would just like stop whatever I was doing and, and just like talk to the kid for like good 45 minutes, to where the kid was like, get me away from this guy, please. I don't want to hear another thing about any of this stuff.
No, I have a blast though, man. It's like, and my grandson, Isaac, he's already said he's taking this over when I'm gone.
Right.
So I already know I created a generational thing here. You got my son who has half of this collection's his.
Right.
It's not all mine. Half of it's my son's. And then you got a couple boxes of them that are the kids.
Right.
Grandkids, so it's like, everything that's come through the door as far as original art that's on the wall, one of these kids already claimed.
Wow.
Everything.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. That's how it is with me. Like I own very few, like I have a bookshelf here with like, it's mostly stuff that inspires me to draw.
Right.
Or like technical type books. But a majority of my older comics, my kids, I've given them to my kids and said, hey, hold on to these. Maybe someday they'll be worth something.
You look up there, it's like every one of them somebody already claimed. One of the grandkids has this one and 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 that one and that one and that one. Like every one of them, it's like, and I know which one has claimed each one.
That's fantastic.
It's like that one's Sophia, that one's Emma, that one's Isaac. It's like I can go right down the road and know which grandkid claimed which one. It's like as soon as you've seen them, they're right here when I unbox them.
Yep.
You know, it's like, and they're like, "Oh, is that for me?"
No, okay, get away. Let me hold on to this for 5 minutes.
Well,
Let me enjoy this.
I tell them I get to enjoy them until I'm gone.
Yeah. Then you can do whatever you want.
and then you guys, and I don't I try to get them all to agree on who gets what now, so that they don't fight about it later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're all pretty good about it.
Yeah, well, hopefully, they'll just work it out.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like they already know who gets what. They go through it as soon as they come in the door. They're like, okay, who's this one? Okay, who got the last one?
True.
I mean, like the electors, all the electors, Sophia claims them all. And the other kids are like, yeah, that's her girl. Let her have those, So it works out,
Yeah, that's that's the thing. Like for me now, it's just like I want to help. I want to definitely put out a book just to have the legacy out there. And I was searching for the longest time for, when I first started back, searching for the right story. I had a bunch of old characters that I was gonna, do something with, and which I may do something with Jimmy Reyes and Page One Comics. His writer wrote a really good story with some characters I threw by him, and I want to get through Mojo first because I really love Mojo. I love that character, and I'm happy that Raj is letting me write the origins and working with me on that.
I'm kind of partial to Mojo myself.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I mean, it's like in I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're like in the process of shipping right now.
Yeah, the first book, I think he's like all he's got stuff together, and I think he said he was waiting on something.
Tarot cards, or probably the Pops bookmark.
No, maybe. No, I don't. Maybe it wasn't an item, or it was like labeling or something like. But they showed like they've been updating, which is good, and I think that's important.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
You definitely got to let the backers know we are.
This is another one of the things I was saying earlier about crowdfunding. We all know the risk we take. I found that out the first one I backed, right?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I found that out the first one I backed. So we know it's going to be hit and miss, and it's not always going to be, the quality of book that you've always been accustomed to. Everybody's trying to build a better mousetrap right now.
Yeah, and my heart's out there for the guys who I don't want to sound like upstanding or anything, but like I work I work a full-time job. My wife works a full-time job, so we're okay, we're good. And for a while she let me go and do the art full-time. This was before pre-COVID, and I was going to shows like I did New York Comic Con. I did the one in Chicago out there, C2E2. I used to love Baltimore. Baltimore was like my favorite, but I did all these shows and everything, and the thing was like I saw how these guys were hustling and trying to make a living doing what they love, and I admired the shit out of that. But now, like I think about that now because I'm working full time and and I'm only doing the art part time. I really have an appreciation for those guys. So when I see up and comers, struggling to put out a book, I might just back a book just to help them out. I might not even like the art. I'm not just like, what? At least you're doing it. You're trying. You're doing something for comics. You have a good attitude. Let's see what you got. And I'm still I'm waiting on books. Obviously that aren't done or aren't out. So what? I signed up for that.
Exactly.
It's an independent project. Look, I'm still waiting on Sean Gordon Murphy, and he's a big name. So give me a break.
That was the point I was making earlier. It's like, come on, we had Brian Polito let us do an Easter egg in Mojo. big names are great and it's wonderful, but still in the end, the only thing that's going to sell the next Mojo book is because the first one was good.
Right. And to me, like with the origin story, I'm gonna put out, like, I'll put out art and I'll drib out some art and drabs of art so people can see it, and people are interested. I have people saying, "Oh, I can't wait till that comes out," and that's great. But I'm not gonna heavy promote it until I'm done, so that book is complete, and so I know that I'm ready to go to a printer, and we're good to go. We have all our tiers done, we're set, and then we're gonna promote the hell out of that thing. And that's where
that's why I made you come out and talk about it now.
Right. This is like, it's pre-promotion. It's, it's great, but it's not really like I'm spending more time on obviously the creation of it right now. I'm not spending the time on the promoting,
I don't know if you remember that, but we started talking about Mojo long before Mojo.
Yep.
I mean, I like to think that we talked about it enough where that people were so sick of hearing about it that they just backed it when it was.
Oh, shut these guys up. Mojo, all right. Well, but no, it's true. Like, you want to do, like, I can't spend that time right now because, again, I work full time and I want to create the book, and I have other things going on, obviously. But when I'm ready to promote, it will be because the art is done, the book is ready to go to the printer. I'm not waiting on anybody. I know what it's going to cost me. I'll know what I need to hit to make a successful book. And if we don't make that, we'll have to decide whether or not we're still going to, go to print with it at that time. But I'm optimistic. I'll push to get on a lot of shows that have, a lot of followers, to get it in front of a lot of eyes. I'm going to try to even, like, my son is a pro gamer. He does professional gaming. I'm going to try to rope in some of that gaming crowd as well, who might be into comic books or younger kids. I don't want to do that to him yet, and I haven't told him.
I have a segue for that.
Yeah.
I want somebody to build or create a comic-related gaming group, or a gaming-related madness, or comic-related something. I want a sister group involving the gamers, because we have a lot of people that are in the group that want to share their gaming, and it's like I try not to sow the
right
with all the gamers, but I'd like to have a sister group that does let them do that.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, like, for me, the gaming thing is like they're younger kids and they're already into the tech because they're doing the gaming. Right. So maybe if they're still into comics, maybe this will spark them to continue with comics. Because, like I said, man, comics, and it's not just comics, it's physical books. Physical books themselves, they're it's dwindling down. You have your phone, you have your iPad, you have your computer, and as technology gets smaller and smaller, hey, we're gonna have to adapt. It's not like it's gonna be a choice.
I hate
it too, but I want to keep, and trust me, I want to keep that printed media alive as long as possible. I want it to keep going, but I think it's going to be a niche, and it's going to be people who love it.
We're lucky. It's going to last. It's not going to die before we do.
No,
it's not going to die before we do.
No, I don't think so.
We're going to be leaving some good stuff to the next generation.
Sure. Yep.
That they're not going to be able to get anywhere else ever again.
True.
I mean, if the medium dies, that just means all of it's worth money, right?
Well, maybe not. If it dies and nobody cares that it's gone.
No,
so. There's always got to be a generation that still wants it and still has a craving.
There's always going to be collectors.
Yeah.
It is an art medium, and there's people still collect art people collect art that's really old for a reason.
True. That's true. And I think about things like, the whole COVID and the whole evil C thing, and how that's affecting things and affecting businesses and affecting life choices, and and hopefully we come out from under it and we turn things around. But I don't think it'll be the last time we see this. And the way this was handled was already bad enough.
Well, yeah, I mean,
God forbid something worse comes along.
The precedent has been set for stupidity when it comes.
Yeah, pretty much. Somebody, Sharky Gator said, I have learned a lot of things while trying to create a book. And boy, is it something. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right, Sharky. It is a challenge. And I admire guys that can spend the time and can create books fast and put them out there. But if you're working for the big 2 guys or big 3 guys, you've got a group of people that are helping you. You're not flying solo. Right. You're not promoting as heavily as necessarily somebody who is creating their own thing. Independent guy's got to he's got to be his own promoter. He's got to be his own accountant. He's got a lot of hats to wear, especially if he's going solo. I'm fortunate with, Greg and Raj and stuff and, Third Empire Group that, some of that burden they'll take up the mantle for the promoting and to getting the book actually created, but I'm still going to be pitching in there. So that all takes time.
And then you got like people like me, obviously, that I'm going to be promoting it just because that's what I do for everybody, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's and that's a great thing. If you want to help, my thing is if you want to get involved with comics and you can't create comics, do what you're doing, and it's great. I don't care if 2 people come to your show. It's still 2 people that are putting eyes on comics. That's fantastic. You know what I mean? What else are you? What are we doing? I'm not like going out tonight. So
can we slide on to that next page real quick?
Oh yeah.
How to cousin Marlo real quick. What's up, cousin Marlo?
That's the Disney version, though. He won't look like that in the book. Trust me.
Oh,
he's gonna look a lot meaner.
It's so cool to see that, though.
Yeah. Well, I was playing with styles. Like I was thinking, when I first talked to Raj, he wanted to go with like a Mike Magnolia style. I'm like, dude, that's not. I can try, but I'm not. That's in my comfort zone. I'm a detail guy. I like to add detail and not that there's anything wrong with Mike's work. It's fantastic and it tells a story great, but he knows how to do it. It's like giving me a jackhammer or something. I've never used a jackhammer before. I'm gonna look at it and go, yeah, I think I can use it. It's got a plug on it. Will it run off my battery from my phone? But it's just a different style. So we were trying out a bunch of different things, and I had done the Mike Mignola style, and then I went, okay, well, let me look at some Disney worksheets and their character worksheets and their expressionism, because I always love with Disney how expressive the characters can be. And they're simple expressions, but they get the point across. So I said, okay, well, I took a Disney sheet and I said, okay, let me match Marlo with his eyes wide here with this guy. Okay, so I got that, and then I said, okay, let me see him angry, and let me see him shocked, and let me see him kind of Scott. So I just kind of like went through a quick Disney thing and just to see how it looked. Then I was like, well, maybe we could do the whole book like that. And then I said, well, Jim, do you know how long it just took you to do this page? You can forget that, because simplified art, while it seems like it's easy, it is the most complicated thing to do. To have minimalistic lines and be able to convey.
To still get your whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can look amazingly simple, but let me tell you, as an artist, that is harder for me than doing a likeness. I can easily do a likeness compared to doing, something like simple, like Disney style. So we opted out of Disney. But there you are.
Guy, I ain't gonna lie.
What's that?
Guy.
He doesn't always look like that, though. Let me tell you. It's the warning. You might not like me after I change him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what you do to my guy?
I ain't tripping. He's my cousin.
That's what the Elysian's Field.
There you go.
For his book.
That poster back there on the wall.
Cool. How'd it come out print wise? Look good?
Oh yeah. I even took a marker to the creases.
Yeah. I'm always concerned because
where the creases where it was folded, there was color.
Yeah.
So I got black marker and I got an orange marker and I
Just
got
went
yellow
right in there.
marker and I went right down the crease, dude.
I'm always concerned because I'm not a colorist. Like I can't stand doing colors. Like I hate coloring anything. I'll do it if I have to, but man, I tell you, I hate it. And doing stuff digitally doesn't always translate to print the way you expect it to. Like, you know, if your files aren't set correctly, when you go to print, it can come out darker or lighter. So you really gotta kind of sometimes adjust things. But if it came out great, good, I'm happy. Hopefully it helped Mike sell some books.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I got to ink this. I really want to ink this this was for Jimmy Reyes for his for his preview book.
That yes.
I don't know if it was in the book or not. In the I think it was.
Oh, do you want to find out? Because I happen to have it.
There might be another piece I did in there, but
I'm one of the people that got one of the few preview books of the cover that wasn't supposed to be given away.
Oh, if you got, I never got one. I gotta kind of yell at Jimmy for that.
I got one of the special ones.
I'm a little jealous now, Pops.
I was like, really? He goes, oh, I don't think you were supposed to get that one. I was like,
I think that was Jim's. Oh, this piece, man. This piece was just aggravating. Oh, yeah. You have no idea.
It was aggravating for you. It was awesome for me.
So, telling you, Pops, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, like Psylocke and Elektra, I mean, those characters for me, you know, the martial arts ladies, I love them.
Yeah, I was just so frustrated with that. And my hat's off to Eric's Deschamps. Eric is an artist for Magic the Gathering. He does like some of the cards. And he actually he's a great guy. Like every so often I'll post a piece and he'll be like, hey, you mind if I give you some pointers? Like he'll private chat me. Mind if I throw little pointers your way? And I'm like, of course. I'm like, yeah. So he sent me like he drew over top of it basically and just kind of adjusted a few things. He goes, here's what's bothering my eye. And he's like, and he explained why. And like when I redrew it, I was like, dude, this is why you're you and this is why I'm me. But great guy. He's done that before for me for other pieces.
It's all right, Michael. We knew what was up. We knew.
Oh, look who decided to show up in the chat.
Oh, now he's on the work computer. You didn't get in trouble, dude.
Look who decided to show back up. Yeah, let's blame it on the work computer, Mike.
No, he blamed
all right.
phone. He said his phone lost signal and then it died.
Now I don't know. You know Brian Silverback, yeah?
Yes, I do.
This is Bloody Mary. Brian approached me wanting to do something together, and he kind of gave me a guideline for Bloody Mary, and I said, "Oh, let me draw this thing up real quick. What do you think?" And he loved it, and he ended up putting it in his character book, which is fantastic,
Yes.
But I would love to work with Brian. There's so many people that have asked me, hey, do you want to work? You want to do something? I always feel bad saying, look, I can't right now. I'm like so swamped. But yeah, Brian put that in his book. Great guy. Really.
Yeah, I like Brian. Brian's good too.
Check out his stuff, guys, if you have a chance.
Loggerhead.
What Mike say here? You thought I was bad to stream with.
He said,
just you wait.
That's you from the chat.
Well,
He's not even bad. Just you wait. Here we go.
This is me being goofy.
Now look.
This Hulk was me being goofy. People actually like this.
Awesome. Hold up. That cap is awesome. Okay. You're like, yeah. He's like, give me the freaking hammer, Thor.
That's a good caption.
Yeah, give me the freaking hammer. That's what I see there.
Let's just do that right now. Let's just do that right now, Pops.
Yes, Sharky. Artists for Magic do produce some stellar artwork.
Yeah, Eric's strength is in his composition. Like compositionally, the tips that he gives me, he reminds me of things that I've read about, but he implements that from the heart. Like it's second nature to him to know the rule of thirds and all these like compositional tools that he has in his tool bag. And he's just always generous. Like if I post something, he'll hey, you mind? And he always asks, and like I don't know if he thinks that like I'm mad at him for pointing. So I'm like praising him. Like, thank you. I'm like, thank you. It's because I never went to art school. I had to learn everything on my own. So let's see, text. Let's type this in here. What did you say, Pops?
Just give me the freaking hammer, Thor.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. I got to make sure I have.
I don't think Cap would say it like that, but just hand over the hammer.
Goddamn Cap. Typing is up here. Darn.
And yeah, Michael Odin says that would be a dream for me, working on a Captain America book with Jim O'Reilly.
Oh, don't try to butter me up now that you left.
But I guess our secret project will have to do for now.
See, you're gonna let that out of the bag. You're not even on the stream, and you're gonna let that Mike guy. That Mike guy. Already for. Whoops. Shift. There we go.
Or you've lost him. No, Thor has the big one. The little one's yours, remember?
Really? What balloon I want to use this one? Yeah, I'll just do that. And the balloon tail. The other thing too is like, even though creating comics now is while it's easier in some ways, especially digitally. I mean, it's always, you have to draw. Like I have to draw. It's not like the computer is going to magically make the picture for me.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Where do I put this? That doesn't matter. I still have to know how to draw. But things like this stuff that I know nothing about lettering, next to nothing about, I should say, about letterings. But there are tools in Clip Studio that just make doing like a balloon panel like a breeze. So it's good. It's great.
Yeah, and that's the right placement for that too, because now the little arrow points right at the hand that's saying, "Give me the fucking hammer, dude."
Just pull back just a little bit.
I like it. Michael did try to talk about the secret project during the stream, but every time he would start to jab about it, his internet would drop.
That's it. That's an omen. That's an omen saying, "Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet." Like, wait. I'm not sneaking anything out about that.
Sharky said thought about going to art school, but saw some of the prices and no thanks.
Look, if you can afford to do it and you want to do it, and you're young and you have a couple of years that you want to throw at it, if you're young as F and you'll just bounce right back and whatever. If that works for you and you think it's something, I'm not going to downplay anybody who wants to go to art school. Do I think it's absolutely necessary to become a good artist? Not entirely, but there are still things that you're taught in art school that you should at least explore on your own. You should at least, you should learn certain rules. You should learn anatomy if you're doing comics. And again, it depends on what type of art you're doing or what career you're going into. But absolutely. The prices in art schools, yeah. I mean, I've always been able to draw. I've always been able to look at something and copy it and draw it. Like doing likenesses is easy for me. I find it easy than doing, like if I had to look at a photograph and draw a likeness from it, I could do that. That's easy. I find that easy. But actually drawing comics is harder because I have to take it from my imagination and make it look realistic and correct. And I'm not great at that, so I'm horrible at that.
Dude, I don't know. Everything I've seen you do, every piece of art that I've seen you do, no matter how much you hate, come on, man. I like what you do, Jim. Your style
I appreciate
is awesome. Especially like you say on the Mojo stuff where you're pulling that out of your own head. That's just epic, dude.
I appreciate that. Now, see, look, I made this dumb mistake. I put a penciled version of Cap on an ink page. Rookie digital mistake. But that's easy to fix. Edit, copy, edit, paste. And then we'll go down here and we'll delete that one. Come back up here and we'll blue line this one. And now I'll create another layer and just ink over top of that. Or actually, you know what? I can actually now do it. Yep, right on this layer. That's the other thing. You should always label your layers. It's a good practice to get into. So anybody who's like learning anything like Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, always label your layers. What it is. If it's flats, if it's inks, if it's pencils, if it's roughs, always label them. I don't do it. So don't do as I say, not as I do.
There you go. There's some more Michael Oden wisdom.
What's that? What did he say?
He said, I'm not great at drawing anatomy, Jim O'Reilly, as he draws the dopest embrace pinup ever.
I don't know what he's talking about. Lies, I say. Lies. Michael Oden guy.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, though, because it's like people, oh, you guys are all intertwined now. It's like Manny Soto with Mojo. Now he's over there and he's going to do something over there with Dustin on the listener. Manny Soto's right there on the bottom of the screen. He's the one that did that art in the background.
Wait, is Manny on?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, on your screen. Oh, okay.
See right
Sorry, I was looking down.
Screen where his signature is. He's the one that drew that pops right there in the background.
Wow, cool.
Pull that out of the way. See that? That's a Soto right there. Soto 20. he's right there in our screen all the time. And then earlier they was talking on and Dustin Brunel and those guys on the listener, that launch party night, they were talking about how Manny's doing some work over there for them. And I'm like, damn, I'm just having so much fun because they met on the Madness or in CromCon or whatever, it's like that collaboration came out of what we built here. And it's like, I just love watching that shit happen.
That's cool. And that's how you help, that's how we continue keeping comics alive and going. I think the egos in comics need to go to the wayside. I think people just need to kind of try to work together and try to promote each other.
Well, I mean, there's a place for egos, right? I mean, if you're selling thousands of copies of books.
Yeah, but even then, you should try to stay.
What I'm saying is, it's like there's not many people nowadays doing that. So if you're one of the people independently doing that, you probably might develop a little bit of an ego, but that doesn't mean everybody has to develop an ego because they're a comic creator.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you put out that, if you're pulling in those kind of numbers and you're putting out those kind of numbers book wise, what can we say? You're doing it. But
I'm not confusing like ego with promoting. Like if you're doing well and you want to say, hey, my book's doing great, that's different. But if you're saying like, oh, I'm doing great because I'm the shit and there's nobody better than me and I don't have to listen to you, well, you know what? Good luck.
I don't see too many people out there that, I mean, there are some that are closed, but they're closed mainly because of because of a viewpoint
Yeah.
of the other person, not necessarily because the other person isn't more knowledgeable. It's because they're not going to take that from somebody on the other side of the bench.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they'll take that same exact criticism from somebody in their clique or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't like being told by somebody on the other side of the fence that that's off.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's just sad.
It's egos. It's like you're the anti-ego.
Here we go.
You are the anti-ego for sure, because you will not allow other people to give you an ego, much less adopt it on your own.
Yeah, that's
And you got to admit, now somebody, when you've got a few thousand people telling you how great you are.
Listen, I don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't appreciate.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm saying when somebody has a few thousand people
Yeah.
telling them how great they are, it's kind of hard not to have a little ego. I mean, but you got to get to that point where you've got thousands of people telling you how great you are.
I don't ever promote the whole ego thing. I mean, everybody has something to teach, even if it's what you don't want to learn. You know, at least you know what you don't want to be. I think people should just.
I get out there on the golf course. I know my ego blows up.
Yeah, I play a little poker from time to time, and
I play that too.
my ego gets me in trouble in that case.
I play poker too, but it's like I just got back into golf a couple years ago when my son started playing, and it took me a little bit to find my stroke again, right? Because I wasn't bad as a golfer for somebody who had no lessons or anything like that. I was pretty good. And these last few times we went out, I had found my swing again. And we went to a place called Stolton Bray here in Michigan, which is like the number 2 or number 3 course in the state. Supposed to be, rough, hard course to play, high rating. And I went out there and tore that freaking course up, dude. I was like, oh yeah, my stroke was back. The putter was on. I was chipping them in from off the green. I was like, just suddenly I was 30 years old again and everything was working. I was like, damn. And yeah, boom, 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 because I'm out here with all these 30-year-olds and I'm smoking them on the course right now. I mean, I'm smoking them, and they're just like, they're just starting to drink and acting like they don't care, because it's like the old guy just put it to them.
Well, I'll let you gloat over that. I'll let you have the ego for that.
It's like when you're old,
but that's fun. But you know what? That's fun. It's not you're not like taking away anybody's career or discouraging them from playing golf. And I'm sure you weren't out there going, "You guys suck." And, well, maybe you were.
But it started out as a 2-team best ball, right?
Right.
So it was two persons on a team, and we were playing best ball for the front 9. And then the back 9, they were like, do you guys want to just keep our own score? For the back 9. And I was like, sure, I'm good with that. And I started smoking them. And they were like, can we go back to playing teams again?
But why?
Well, it just wasn't so much fun when Pops in like 3 holes, Pops went like 4 strokes ahead or something. They were just like, oh, can we go back to playing teams again?
But did they have fun? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah,
that's it, right? At the end of the day.
But I mean, it's something like that. When you lose something like a golf stroke and then you find it again, yeah, your ego blows up a little bit when you're 57 years old and you're out there and you're hitting it like you did when you were 30.
Yeah, when I can get off the couch and my hip doesn't hurt. Yeah, you're right. I do have a bit of an ego.
And that's the other stupid part is like I don't swing the golf club like an old man. I wail on that sucker just like I did when I was 30, dude. I mean, I swing the golf club. It's it's like Big John Daly swings, I mean, I'm trying to crush the ball every time because I'm playing with all these 30-year-olds. They hit it 300 yards. I'm trying to be out there in the fairway with them, so I'm trying to crush the ball every time. Yeah, it don't look like an old guy until I get home. I can't barely walk up and down the stairs and shit.
Yeah, it sounds like me. Same thing.
But see, I'll never admit that out on the course.
Oh, hell no.
I get home and I'm like, for the next 2 days, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh.
What did I do?
Oh, last week we went sledding.
Yeah, that's it.
We went sledding. You know me. Here I am. I go run and jump on the inner tube, belly on belly first, head first down the hill, and I'm trying to look up. Because I got this hat on, so I can't see where I'm going. Da-doing. I'm trying to look up, and my back hurts so bad from that.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Because your
And I
body.
haven't been sledding in a long time.
But hey, the grandkids, Grandpa, are you gonna come? Can't say no.
Oh, heck no. That's like we went one time. I think it was for a birthday party. We went to a roller skating rink. Now, I used to roller skate when I was younger, and I could roller skate. I could do the roller skate backwards and in the air and do all that stuff. Yeah, my body said, Jim, you can, or I should say, my mind said, Jim, you could do that again. Go ahead, you got this. You got this. Jim didn't have it.
See, but I learned how to initiate everything from my toe stops.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I go out there I go out there on my toe stops until I get my, you know what I mean? It's like I'm not falling on my ass in front of all these kids. I ain't doing it.
I mean, I did okay, but I don't know, not like I used to. That's for sure.
I mean, I got kids trying to knock me down. It's like,
no
way, man, ain't no way.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen with me. No way. Like, okay, we're not playing that game.
Sharky, you can stream drawing, artwork, and the madness anytime you want. All the time, anytime. We encourage it. You'll get people like Jim that'll come out there and even give you stuff.
Does he have the link?
My drawings. Jim took one of my drawings and totally broke it down for me and showed me.
Does he have the link?
No, I think saying this is making her want to.
Well, she wants to come on. If you're not against it, hey,
Well,
I'm all for it.
I'm about ready to shut this one down too.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
No
it's after 11, and I still got all kind of stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, Sharky, if you hit me up, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, but you hit me up on Facebook.
Both in the madness.
If she he or she, I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure that's a she. I'm pretty sure that's a she.
She wants to.
I never admitted it for sure that that's the person I think it is, but it's the person I think it is.
I'll create a live stream if she wants to draw and talk. I don't mind.
There you go. You want to go out and look.
I got nothing going on.
Jim took one of my drawings and totally broke it down and showed me how much easier it could have been. You am prop? Yes. Okay, it is who I thought it was. Okay, you guys are both in the madness. Sharky, send Jim O'Reilly an invite or a message.
Yeah, just a message. I'll create a.
He'll set up a stream, and you guys can come out and draw, and I'll watch. I just got some other stuff I still got to do.
Yeah, no problem.
I haven't done any work today, really, at all. I just totally slacked off, dude. So.
Oh, you slacker, you.
Some days I just don't feel it, I mean, as far as getting in this chair, some days I just don't feel like getting in this chair. I want to sit back, watch TV, you know, maybe play a little video game or something. Because usually I'm in this chair all freaking day.
Oof.
You know, so.
I'll make sure you stand up and.
Yeah, this morning I was like, man, I'm gonna play a little Warframe. I'm gonna watch some TV. I watched the Daytona 500 because I missed it yesterday. You know.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in watching my son game, his gamer tag is Shawn SHAWN 12590. He's up on Twitch and he games for Gen G, and he plays the game Valorant, pro gamer. So if you guys want to check his Twitch stream out, the kid's been doing it for a couple months now, and he's already got 6,000 followers on Twitch or on Twitter rather. I'm like, Jesus, I don't even have 1,000. So, but yeah, any gamers out there who want to check him out, he's really good at that game.
Sharky, I think it's Van Zant 2112. I think is my handle over there on PS4, and my favorite Warframe so far is Wukong Prime.
Woo.
I like it. I like that one. I don't know why. I just do. Anyway,
all right.
She says she's too shy, and she has streaming equipment, but she does draw a lot.
No worries.
Let's see. Sharky, I'll tell you what you do. Go ahead and go out there and drop a few. I like Limbo too. Limbo is cool. Go ahead and drop a few pieces of art out there and tag Jim O'Reilly. Tag him in it so he can see it, and you guys can talk. And he'll help you out. He's fucking cool as hell. Don't tell him I said that though.
Yeah, don't fill my head with that stuff, Pops. All right, brother. Let me let you go so you can do what you have to do. All right.
If you show him some of your work, man, he'll definitely give you some pointers. Show you, break it down for you. Show you. Yeah.
I'll show you exactly what you shouldn't do, and then somebody else will show you what you should do.
Jim, it's always great talking to you, brother.
Always great talking to you too, Pops. You have a good night. All right, brother.
You too, man.
Okay, man.
All right. Peace.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Oh, I can see him. I even got to see him for a minute. See that? Yeah. All right. Let's see. I got a few things I got to pop up here. Let's see. We'll go. Hello, Madness. I just want to come out here. I want to say thank you to everybody who watches, everybody who purchases somebody's stuff, all the guests, all the sponsors, my co-hosts, everybody who helps make CromCon what it is. Y'all have a great month. We will see you next month. So what? We'll see you next week. Because it's a weekly too. Yeah. And don't forget to tune in on Monday nights. You got Monday Madness, and we bring some of these same guests back every week. New people, other podcasters. We cover everybody. We want everybody to get exposure. That is what we do. Join the madness.
Come get some.